Yeah. It's time to get it on. Hashtag PVT Tuesday Night Live. Number 21, man.
21.
Yeah.
Illegal.
Prime time, baby.
Prime time 21.
Remember the prime time 21?
Yeah. Dion.
Who's 21 now?
It don't matter because they playing like crap regardless.
Damn. Come on, Rock. Don't give up on my boys.
You don't know who 21 is?
21.
Oh, 21.
21
no,
Savage?
Elliot, dude.
Yeah. Feed him more. It is hashtag PVT Tuesday Night Live number 21 from the My PVT Network studios, brought to you by Dr. T's Primary Care for Men. IV vitamin infusion therapy and testosterone COVID test sermorelin. Man, I tell you, it's just an amazing product that they have, and the way they treat you like number one when you get there. You need to give them a call, 956-441-2188. Thursdays, it's for women. And by the way, folks, my mom is going on Thursday.
What? Wow.
My mom is going on Thursday.
Rude, Dora.
She sent me a text. Because me and my mom, we have like a weekly to bi-weekly, or, is it bi-weekly? Is every 2 weeks, right?
Every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Is 2.
Okay, so bi-weekly, we'll go to the chiropractor, and get our little adjustment. Because my mom, she's 74, I think 73. She's probably going to kill me for saying that. And, oh, man, our light went out. Just move it right there, Ron. Move it right over there. No. That little plug behind the flag. Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, mess with it. Jiggle it, dog.
No, it's I'm doing it because of the music.
Hey, I just mentioned my mom's age, and that happens, right? She's watching. She's looking at the YouTube like a. So my mom, she's very active. You girls and Ron,
Yeah.
You know how my mom is. She likes to cut the yard. She likes to tear down tree branches, and she fell off a tree once. I mean,
she does like the World's Strongest Man competition.
Yeah.
She picks up the big boulder and she walks it around the yard and puts it down somewhere else.
Yeah. So, she texted me the other day. She was like, "How's it Dr. T's?" And I go, "Why? What's up, Mom?" She goes, "Well, I think I kind of lost a step a bit, and, I want to see what they can do." And I'm like, "Hey, don't worry about it. Let me talk to them. Let's see what we can do for you, Mom," because they've been doing wonders for women. On Thursdays, you can sign up with them, and man, it's just something that I think you should try out for sure, because it's just keeping you healthy, and especially at this time of season and year, flu season's around the corner. They got the flu shot, they got COVID test, and so that's something that you might want to do and look into. 956-441-2188. Also, the law office of Rene Flores, hashtag DWI expert, 956-316-1991. Now, if you get into any trouble, just have his number available on your contacts. I would just put him on the contacts under DWI expert. Mm-hmm. If you land in jail, you call him up, he gets you out, and then he, of course, represents you fully, 100%. This guy knows all about the DWI laws, how the alcohol affects blood, and how it affects your senses. I mean, this guy actually went to school, and he's considered a scientist,
Yes.
The DWI scientist. Mm-hmm. So this is the guy that's going to help you get that DWI taken care of. Also, he knows about expunging your records, your DWI off your record. And so there's just so many things, so many options that you can have. If you're currently dealing with a DWI and you need some help, I recommend you call them 956-316-1991. O si tienes un familiar que tiene problemas con el DWI, diles que le llamen a Law Office of Rene Flores, hashtag DWI expert, 956-316-1991. All right. So we've got a nice little house here. We've got Riley, our producer. How's it going, sweetie?
Ooh, I thought you were going to start with someone else. Hey, guys.
I'm not ready.
I'm here. I'm working behind the camera, so I probably will not come out too much today, but it's okay. I'm here. Mm-hmm. So what's up, guys?
She's the one that creates all the magic while we're doing all the talking and all the yapping. Felicia's here with us too. Felicia, how you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
What you been up to?
Well, I went to Kickapoo.
What?
I just got back today, like a few hours ago, like 2 hours ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Did you have any luck over there in Eagle Pass?
Zero.
Hell no.
You need to go and talk to them and
She needs
tell
to go
them.
and talk to Gambling Anonymous is what she needs to go
No,
talk to.
I mean, hey, look. You need to connect us with Kickapoo and tell them, hey.
Hey, they have the Que Pasa lounge there.
Well, so we can do the hashtag PBT show over
Yeah.
there. We can do all kinds of crazy stuff over there, you know, and so tell them, talk to them. Who do I talk to? I got the hottest YouTube channel in the world.
Yeah, actually, they.
What happened?
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Actually, they opened on October 1st.
Okay.
So I went to go check it out, and it's crazy because there's other YouTube people that go. Like, I didn't know this was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's YouTubers that go and like film themselves playing casino games.
Mm-hmm.
And like they'll go and they'll film in the casino too.
Wow, that's interesting because
So
in
I'm sure
Vegas,
it's possible, yeah.
Vegas, you can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
You can't be. If you got a camera inside the casino, they'll stop you right away and tell you,
Yeah.
"Hey, you need to turn that off."
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow. That's
where,
interesting.
That's where I was.
Well, I'm glad you made it over there and you made it back safely, Mama.
Yeah, I just went for like a day. So
Órale. Kickapoo, Eagle Pass, La Águila. Un saludo todos de la Águila. And then we've got the main man right here with the sports, Mr. Ron. What is up, Ron?
I'm here, man. I'm here. Nothing much. Hanging out in the PVT studios. You know what it is. Tuesday night, man. After Tetera Tuesday, got the vibes going.
Yeah.
From your Tetera Tuesday earlier. So what's up to everybody watching? We're going to talk a little bit about sports today. Not much. Just a couple quick hitters. Go over how every single Cap'n Ron's bets, I lost. So if you did
Inga.
everything that I said, if you did the complete opposite,
You won.
You won shingles of money. Yeah, like you won a lot of money. But that was my NFL. That was my preseason. Okay, so that was the one. That was hey.
What a terrible preseason you had, man.
That was you know when you go golf the mulligan. That was my mulligan right there.
You're playing as bad as the Texans and the Cowboys put together, man. Inga, bro.
Pretty
What's
much,
up?
man. Yeah. So we'll be touching with sports, and I'll see y'all a little bit later on the show, man.
So we're gonna have quick ones today because we have a special guest in the studio. She's my co-worker at Intravision. She's with 107.9 RGV, and they play a lot of great stuff, man. They do like 80s and 90s, all the good stuff that you just turn it on at a party, and every song is great, you know. And so I've known her for about probably 20 years. Her name is Lluvia Linda, but everybody knows her as Foxy Roxy. How you doing, Roxy?
You know, I haven't been. There's no Foxy up in here. Just Roxy. Foxy was like years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'll always know you as
But
Foxy
yes,
Roxy.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just Roxy now.
Yes, it's been Roxy for a good while. But
I didn't know
well,
that.
now you do.
Wow.
But, you know, this is pretty cool. Thank you so much for having me here. You know, this is a really cool setup, and I feel a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie, because I don't like being in front of a camera. I prefer being behind the mic, and I'm okay with that. But once you get me in front of the camera, it's like a deer in headlights, because I'm like,
She's seeing herself right now on the big screen
I don't wanna see
TV.
myself.
Oh, you look great.
Women are so conscientious
Can you
about
just turn the
themselves.
TV on?
That's just the way we are.
yes, that's just the way we are. I mean,
Yeah.
So-
We don't care, right, Ron? Like, todo armónico con capi,
Yeah.
t-shirt, pero. But you look fabulous, Roxy.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And you're still Foxy in my book,
Oh,
okay?
thank
All right. In our book, she's still Foxy Roxy, right, guys?
Yes.
Foxy Roxy.
Yeah. Round of applause.
I'm a
Roxy
little
Roxy in
bit
the house.
shy. I'm a little bit shy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well,
So-
that's how everybody starts.
I know.
And then at the end of the show, we'll see. We'll see.
Forget it.
Like el jefe, el diamante de San Antonio, right? Bien
exactly.
shy, no, hombre, but cuando supimos quería su un show y le dije,
No, well, this is a real, like, I'm honored to be here. Yeah, you know, you've had some really cool people here, some legends,
Yeah.
man, some icons. Y'all got,
well, you're a legend too, Roxy. I mean,
You
we're still in
are,
radio,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like that's That's something that's should be commended because
milestone.
I mean, there's so many DJs that have gone and they're no longer with us, and the industry kind of is hurting, and they really cut a lot of DJ jobs from all over the country, not just around here. And when COVID came in, it even it was even worse. But it started happening about 2-3 years ago, and out of like 25-30 jocks that were at Intravision, it's me, you, and Marky.
Yeah.
We were the only ones left for 3-4 stations.
It was a little scary there because you thought, okay, fine, I'm next.
Yeah.
They're letting go of all these DJs, and
You know what was so interesting
next.
when the first time when they did the cleansing of jocks.
Massacre. It was a massacre.
Was it on Valentine's
It was
by
a
any
massacre.
chance?
No, it's December 15th. I remember the date.
Yeah, it was
Payday.
December
Payday.
15th.
Damn.
It's
Yeah,
payday,
and so
2017.
A day that will live in infamy.
big time. They put us all inside a room, right, a conference room, and then they were coming in one at a time. Okay, come with us, and then when we realized that they were letting people go, Roxy right away, I saw the worry in her look and in her face, and she was like, "Oh my God, they're letting people go," and stuff like. Well,
One by one,
it's restructuring
by
of the
one.
corporation, because it's a big corporation, and sometimes things like that happen, right? And so I said, everybody started getting kind of nervous. I was like, hey, I was like the voice of reason, right? I'm the old guy here. Hey, everybody,
The
calm
veteran.
down, all right?
The wily veteran. And then they look at you like, why the heck should we listen to you, Rock?
No, listen to this. I was like, everybody calm down. Hey, chapters, all close and other chapters begin. Whatever happens today, a door will close, another door will open. So let's keep a positive attitude. This isn't the end of the world. And so just everybody calm down. And then I turn around and I go, "Kachina was
I'm raising my hand because I'm like, I gotta say, Rock, you got emotional. We all got emotional.
I didn't get emotional.
I'm sure he did.
Puro llorar.
We got emotional because the people that were leaving, as they were walking out, were family to us. And we're like, you start thinking and you're like, okay, well, I guess, I think we were even talking about where we're all going to go eat. Let's go eat somewhere because we're all leaving, right?
So they were taking you guys in. Were you all together in one
Yes.
room?
Yeah, we're all together.
And then they were pulling you out.
Yes.
Yeah, one at a time.
Or they were bringing you into or kind of the same thing, right?
Well, yeah, it was kind of like no, they put us all.
And when we're in
Yeah,
the
we
meeting
had a
room.
meeting in the morning, and it was happening all over the country. I mean, this wasn't just an isolated incident with us. It was just the internet, Spotify, YouTube. It had finally, and we had a seminar at STC, I think it's called, South Texas Community College. I think. STC, South Texas College, right?
Yes.
Remember when we went? We were like a seminar. We were like the panel.
We were, they were, it was actually media.
Yeah.
It was for media, radio
Yeah,
people.
and so they asked us what's the difference. They were asking us questions, and they asked me what's the difference between now and when you started. And I said, well, when I started, the competition was across the street. Now it's all over the world. I mean, I'm a radio disc jockey, and it used to be that you just had a competitive, but the competition was in 4 counties.
It was like from McAllen to Harlingen.
Yeah, and I was just competing with the other radio station.
Across
We
the
were just
street.
competing
Yeah.
with this other radio station. We were fighting for ratings. And then the internet came in, and then streaming, online radio stations, and just like everybody started a radio station from their pad and stuff. So it's like there's so many options, and it's just like music. You had CD, you had when
Somebody
you had
on there was saying, Plaz? They were
Yeah,
like, it was
Plaz.
yeah,
oh-
Plas Peña.
03,
You remember
04?
Plas? I don't know if you remember
Yeah.
Plas.
He said Roxy Night Historic in CC, Texas, KSAB 99.9 DJ Plus.
KSAB.
When I was over there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so crazy. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Wow.
I worked in Corpus as well. which
Isn't
is the
that
morning
crazy?
show.
I mean, we got people
Yeah.
already recognizing
What's
you
up,
here.
Flaz?
That's awesome.
That is
El
cool.
DJ Plas.
Yes.
He's always
With
been a
Robbie
big fan.
Mata.
Yeah.
I remember Robbie
I remember
Mata.
Robbie Mata too.
Yeah,
remember him.
from partying with Dad at the house.
Yeah.
Robbie.
I remember him.
Yeah.
When
Super
they,
cool guy,
when
man.
they took us to go do the morning show over there, they took us to do the morning show over in Corpus Christi. Before us was Happy and AC Cruz, I believe, were doing the show. And then I don't know what happened with them, but they ended up moving Robbie and I to do the morning show over there. And then they split the frequency because you were able to hear us from here to Corpus. And then they said, no, we're gonna cut the frequency. You can stay in Corpus or you can come back to the Valley. And I was like, my bags are still packed. I'm going home.
My bags are packed.
I was
Ready
homesick.
to go.
And I gotta say, it must have been like maybe, I think we only lasted in Corpus like 2 months. And they said, we're gonna split the frequency. And it was Fletcher. Danny Fletcher.
Oh, Danny Fletcher was over there?
Yeah,
because he used to be the boss at Sunburst Media, where I started with Que Pasa 99.5 before Intravision bought it. And I remember Danny, El Chacal. They would call him El Chacal.
Chacal.
Yeah.
And I came back home, and that was at, what was it? Que Mas? Remember it was Que Mas, KMAZ?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is now 106.3.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It would be
it's just
cool
been crazy.
if they would have like a local, like a banquet to kind
Like
of
a reunion?
celebrate. Yeah,
Like a reunion?
Yeah, like a reunion. You know
Like
what I
all
mean?
the
Several of our friends,
Like,
we've
Yeah, with
tried.
some of the local and not local, but maybe like from San Antonio, kind of Corpus down. You guys, AC Cruz, Johnny
Like
O.
a little convention.
Yeah,
like
man.
a
That would
disc
be good.
jockey convention.
Just to kind of recognize.
Yeah.
What
we,
you guys
we've actually
did.
tried. There's
Oh,
been
really?
a few of us that I still keep in touch with a lot. They're my radio family for life. So
Yeah.
we've tried, but I mean, the thing with, back then, we should actually try now, because back then it was like the DJs either had gigs on a Saturday night
Oh,
or,
very true.
so
very true.
when we tried, it was going to be like on a Sunday or something like that. And we were trying, but it never happened. And now, menos, right? Because
Yeah.
you can't have no gatherings and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe
So-
the PBT viewers, I'm sure, would love for this room to be filled with some legendary. Imagine the stories, Dad, that you
Yeah.
guys would have.
Oh, yeah.
You and like 3 or 4 of your old school homies / DJs / people that you became family with on here.
Yeah.
I mean,
Years and
how would the
years.
PBT viewers like to see
It'd
that?
be crazy.
I'm sure they'd love that.
It would be crazy, man. But it'd probably be a little hard to get us all together,
Scheduling.
because
for
I mean,
sure.
some of our guys they went to Florida. They went to
Yeah.
and they're doing their own thing now. And then some jocks are just left radio all together. And but I'm just fortunate that I still have Roxy to talk to and
Hell yeah.
to see in
Every
the mornings.
morning.
She's rushing in the morning.
I'm like,
Yeah, she just passes by. I always look forward to seeing her. And
and I push the door. Good morning.
yeah, she does.
Every day.
But ladies and gentlemen, the reason we have Roxy here tonight is because she's also a realtor, okay? And so we're going to be talking to her in just a little bit about what it takes to buy a home. And you were mentioning that it's a good time to buy a home right now, right?
Well, it's a good time to buy a home in regards to interest.
Yeah.
Mortgage interest. It's really low right now.
And
It's definitely a seller's market right now because houses are selling like crazy, Of course, radio is my full-time gig. I've been doing radio for a long time. And real estate, I do it. I'm like a part-time realtor, but lately I've become a little bit more,
Nice,
because it is busy. I mean, you've got everything going for you, and it's crazy because of the times that we're in right now, right? The pandemic and a lot of people that lost their jobs. Well, it's picking up really, really nicely. And I mean, right now it's a seller's market. The homes on the market, if you're selling your house, it's not going to be on the market very long. You're coming across where you have like multiple offers on houses.
Wow.
The interest rates are like at all-time low right now. They're like 2.5, 2.9. Buyers the prices are going up. They are going up in houses because there's a lot of demand for these houses. There's a lot of people out there. There's not that much inventory right now because the houses are being sold really fast,
Yeah.
and that's a great thing. And down here in the valley, man, the median price is about $175, which is great. You go up to Austin, and the median prices over there are like about $300,000.
It's crazy.
$275 and up. And there is a lot of people that are moving into Texas already. They want to come to Texas. you know?
California.
Yes,
Yup.
yes, there is. I have a listing, and when you're a realtor, you put a listing out, and it goes everywhere, like Realtor.com, Zillow, and all these places, right? So if you have people that are looking to move into Texas, they start calling, you know, they start looking for what there is out there. So I've got a listing, and this lady called me, and she's like, yeah, I'm calling about this house on, you know, this area. And I said, oh, okay, yes, how can I help you? And she's like, I want to know a little bit more about it. I saw it online. And I said, okay. I go, where are you calling me from? She was like, I'm calling from California. Wow. And I'm looking to move over there. I've been doing my research. And these people that are moving in, oh, they're smart. They know. They're not going to pick up their family and load up their life without doing some kind of research and investigation on the area. And even they're even looking into crime. You know, they're like, I'm looking at the crime rate out there, and I'm looking at the prices, I'm looking at the tax rates. So by the time they call you, and by the time they get up and move, they've done their research, and they're very, you know, smart consumers. So they're moving into Texas. A lot of people. It's just an awesome thing right now in the real estate market. And another thing, you know, because you're thinking, man, there's not a lot of homes right now because people are picking them up really quick. It is definitely a seller's market right now. But also you got to think about that there's people kind of stop paying on their mortgages,
foreclosure,
on their mortgages and stuff. When they got their stimulus, they didn't use it.
Yes,
for
exactly.
that.
They bought rims for the truck.
They bought furniture. They bought a TV.
Le puso un system a la troca en mamalona. I don't know.
They bought this and they bought that, and you know. So I'm thinking like maybe sometime November, somewhere around the New Year, there's going to be a lot more properties that are going to be going for sale because of people that are behind on their mortgages and stuff. There's a lot of banks that did work with you. They did work with the you know, the buyers, the mortgage people. So
didn't the president like make some sort of deal where, you know, they have to work with the people?
Yeah, and the banks did do that. They did do that, you know, and they give them
because of COVID and stuff.
And actually, you couldn't call your bank. Every bank you were calling your mortgage, you're calling them, and as soon as they pick up, it's an operator. If you've been affected by COVID, press 1.
Yeah,
if you need this, press
That's
2.
true.
You know, so automatically they start helping you in that sense, and it's a good time to sell. If you're thinking, if you've been on the line of like, man, I want to sell my house, but I don't know whether I should. No, do it now, because also you don't want to. You're like, no, I'm going to wait a little bit more to see where it goes. You know, no, like the increase in price. Home sales are like 11%. They've increased. So when a house was normally at 145, right now you'll see it going for about 175, and then you'll see like multiple offers on that house too. So that's a really good thing for sellers. And you know, even though they're up that much, you think there wouldn't be that many buyers, but there really is.
And then especially if they're coming from out of Texas,
Yes.
that gives you a whole nother market. I've seen a lot of it go because I'm a mailman in Mission, and we're always getting like address changes now. You know, people leaving, changing addresses, and a lot of the people that are coming in, I'm looking at their plates because they park in front of the mailboxes, you know. So and they're from and they're from California, from Florida. I've seen people from Tennessee, Arkansas. You know, so it's not. I don't see the same local people maybe moving around.
Yeah. And buying, I mean, if you're gonna buy, I just saw someone on there that said they bought cheap $50,000. So
yeah, Deep Perez, she said bought cheap $50,000.
It's $50,000, and you know the valley is a gold mine. It is a gold mine. Everything is really good, and look at the area that we're in.
And there's some rural property also as well. I mean, I saw a house on like 2 acres for like $100,000 or something like that, right, babe? Something like that.
Yeah, it was a little over.
And then you looked at it, and it was like on the market, it was like $80,000. You know, so
no. And I just sold a property 2 weeks ago. It was 2.5 acres and it had a really nice cabin on there, and it was an HOA area. It was private area. It was gated property, and it sold for 112. Wow. I want to say it was like 112, 115. Yeah. Damn. So it was really, really good.
That sounds like a hell of a deal.
No, it is. If you
that's county property, right? It's a county property.
Yeah,
so that makes a big difference when you're buying in the county on county property or county land instead of city land, right?
Yes, it does, because you also come across property that has like agriculture taxes, where your taxes are going to be smaller.
Pones un chivo ahí en la yarda y es un, you get that farm that tax break or whatever, no?
The tax.
I
The
wonder-
agriculture tax. No, it's true. Like, you just put like a goat,
Una
a
vaca.
horse,
Yeah.
yes, a cow, and you'll get that tax break.
You get that tax.
You get that.
Yeah.
You get that tax break, which is a great thing, and it's just something that right now it's going on, and as much as everybody is like with
Kinda
with the
scared a little
COVID,
bit? Oh,
with
okay.
the COVID, it's. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking people are staying home. They're not traveling.
True.
They're not driving. They're not spending. They're not doing any of that stuff, right? I mean, people aren't purchasing much clothes and to go out. People are not purchasing the gas. They're driving, so they're saving. So you've got that money in the bank to be able to go buy. And even if the house is 145, even if the house is, I'm actually in negotiations right now with another property that they will not go down. I have the buyer and the seller just won't go down. But my buyer is like, let me just wait. Let me look around. So he's looking around, and we're looking around. I'm like, okay, how about this? How about that? Nope. He's like, okay, fine. I'm going to go up in price with that property. So, the sellers, they're in a great position right now. If they can sell, if you can sell, do it now. Because another thing, you don't want to wait because later on down the line, you don't know what it's, you don't know if the market's going to come, get higher or get lower, so it's definitely a time to buy as well. You need to buy right now. The interest rates are really, really low. I've got to refinance my house. I need to refinance. I need to do this on my own. I need to remind myself because to refinance your home right now, you definitely should, because if you are at a 4, at a 3 right now, you never know. You could be at a 2, even on a 15-year mortgage.
But there's some deals where you're not allowed to refinance, right? And there's some deals that you get locked into an interest rate and you can't move it down even though if the interest rates go down, right? Or something like that.
No,
Isn't it?
It just depends on you just have to talk to your bank and where you're at and how long you've been in your home and what's going on with your everything, with your history, with your everything, whether it's your credit, whether it's your job, all that kind of stuff goes into play. But it's worth a try. It's worth a try to refinance your home.
Also, there's somebody put that they got. He says he doesn't pay taxes due to his VA rating.
Oh,
Salad
that's
in the
right.
house?
Yeah, VA get a lot of
That's
benefits.
veterans, or
Yeah.
okay.
veterans.
So then there's some. What can a realtor do for a veteran? Like if a veteran, is there some sort of like deals that they can get or something?
What we do, we help you find a home, and we're going to get you into contact with the right people for you. The banks are the ones that are going to really work with you. The mortgage companies are going to want, they're the ones that are going to give you all kinds of deals and opportunities, and we will connect you to that. The first thing that you need to do if you are looking for a home is you connect with a realtor.
Like
and
you.
Yes.
So connect with Roxy right
Connect
now.
with me. Call me. Message me.
Yeah.
I will help you out.
Carmen was saying she was looking for a house. Carmen Benavides.
Where are you at, Carmen? All right, Carmen, hit me up. We'll hook it up for you. But yes, help me. What does it say? Help me. I got a fixer upper and want to move out to the family property. Red Dog. So he's got a fixer upper. I definitely have somebody that's looking for a fixer upper.
Ahí está. Boom.
Yeah. So I've got people that are doing that. I bought a fixer. So I bought a fixer upper a year ago, and I fixed it up myself, and I flipped it, and I'm renting it. I'm not going to sell it. I want to rent it. It's just an investment, So I fixed it up, and I didn't do much to it, So when I was looking for this fixer upper, I was looking for that. It was really great opportunity too. It was a block away from my house, so I said, "Wow, let me see what I can do."
You
with
can
this.
keep an eye on the
Perfect.
tenants, right?
Yeah, so I fixed it up. I got my people, so when you're a realtor, you end up knowing a lot of people, carpenters, electricians, plumbers, everybody, contractors, a lot of people, so you end up using them. Okay, I got this fixer upper. Let's do it. So
And since we're down here in the valley, you have that one guy that knows how to do everything.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
MacGyver, well.
Yes, he's the electrician, the plumber, the carpenter, everything, and the painter. He'll also paint too. But yeah, and I did that, and I flipped it, and I rented it. I mean, before it was even done, I had like 4 or 5 people. Are you going to rent it? Or are you going to sell it? I had a lot of people come and wanting to buy it from me, and I said, I'm not going to sell this. And if you have kids too, like you want to leave property to the kids. So you get something, you fix it, you flip it, and then you leave it there. And se va a pagar. It's going to pay itself off in about 5-6 years. That property that I just invested in will pay itself off, and that is something that I'm trying to do some more of, but you just have to keep an eye out. If there is properties out there you need to buy, the valley is a gold mine, And if you've been thinking about it, I mean, and there's a lot of people that say, well, I don't know if I can, and I'm scared. I mean, y'all are young. Y'all need to look into that. Right now, there is a lot of these millennials are getting homes. I sold a property about, I want to say maybe 6 months ago to a very young couple. Nice. He's 24, she's 25, and they've got 2 kids. She's a home wife, and he works in the oil rigs, right? So it was the first time home buyers, not much credit that they can say, oh, we've got great credit.
History. They
don't
have a lot of history.
Well, they didn't have much credit history, so I worked with them. I got them connected to a credit repair person, and then from there you go to the lender. The lender first tells you, look, this is your credit, and this is what you got to do. This is what you need to pay off, and then we can go forward. So I mean, it happens across the board.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. If you do not have good credit, it doesn't matter if you're earning 6 figures. It doesn't matter if you've got this great, perfect job and you're like, man, I can afford a $2,000 a month payment. If your credit is shot, you're not going to get a house. You're not going to get a house because if your credit is not good. But don't let it stop you. Don't think
what do you suggest? I mean,
get your credit repaired.
Okay.
You go to a credit repair, which is, I have my contacts, my connections too.
But doesn't that also affect you? Like when it pops up that you have to go to a credit repair to fix it?
No.
You wouldn't suggest that they just do it over here on their own?
If they have time, you can do it on your own.
Maybe get a loan and consolidate everything, and then boom.
Definitely do that. But then you're also going to get a loan. It kind of defeats the purpose of trying to fix your credit because you're out getting a loan.
Yeah, and then you're going to get a loan for a house. So
yeah, so
and then that might take a little longer.
Well,
too.
your credit, you're going to try to fix your credit. Say cards, and then you're gonna get a loan out. That's already, you're already going down in your credit score. So no, you need to go to a credit repair person first, and they will fix your credit. They will tell you this is what you do, and it'll take about 3 to 6 months for your credit to get repaired, and so you can start on the search. I did have a client like that as well. That their credit wasn't great. So I had them working with the credit repair, and they were also paying off this. They were working with the lender. They were like, okay, I need to pay this, I need to pay that. And they were doing it. In the meantime, I know their circumstance. I know that they got a great job. They've been there for years. I know they've got a great savings. I'm connecting with the lender, and the lender's like, these guys are good. They just need to fix their credit. Go look for a house for them. All right. So in the meantime, they're getting their credit repaired, and I'm over here like, here, let's go look at this house. Let's go look at this house, because it's going to take about 3 to 6 months to fix your credit. And so then you're thinking, so what, 3 to 6 months I start looking for a house? Well, no, if you are good and good standing, and you've got like good credit, and you've got if you got a good job and you got savings, you got the money to put down on a home, let's start looking, so that's exactly what we did. And once their credit score went up, like the lender locked it in and said, let's go, let's do this. So, it's a lot of this stuff that goes into it. You just got to try, and instead of renting and throwing that money away, that's what you're doing. You're going to get yourself a property, and your property's always going to appreciate. It's always going to go up. It's never going to depreciate your property. So you can never go wrong with a piece of land. McAllen, Edinburgh, all these areas. I mean, it's growing.
Yeah, there's some subdivisions popping up everywhere.
Yeah, and there's some areas North Edinburgh over there where they're going to be building a lot of stuff as well, and so. Yeah,
and that's what we were pushing the census for. I think that it already finished, right? Did it finish? I believe so. I think it was last week that you had till last week to push the census. It's not going to come back till another 10 years. So y'all didn't do it. Well, then, but it's very important. And the reason I'm talking about that is that because there's a lot of money in the government to give us now. If we don't say how many people there is in the Rio Grande Valley, which is there's like we're a million or some million, 2 in population of the Rio Grande Valley.
Something like that, yeah.
If the census, if the government doesn't know how many people we have, then they're not going to send us this money. There's about $1 billion for us to grab onto, so they can build roads, so they can build schools, so they can build all kinds of parks, they can build better schools, all kinds of stuff, hospitals, buildings, and that's what the census is for. And that's what we were supposed to do. And we were supposed to fill out the census, and that's where the money was coming in. Hopefully this year, I think this past year they did it, and I want to say they did really good because the census that they did 10 years ago, I believe it was less than 50% filled out their census. So, and even at that, look at how beautiful the valley has gotten. You look at how beautiful,
Yeah, it's
It is.
growing.
you know,
It's growing.
the valley has gotten. Now, can you imagine how much more we could have gotten much more money if 100%, 80%, 75% had filled out their census. So I'm glad there was a lot of promoting the census. My goodness, they were giving out free school supplies. They were giving out free barbecue plates. We were at remotes, you know, doing census stuff because that money is there. And for everything. I mean, my goodness, there's the money for the shelters, Mujeres Unidas, for homeless, for people to better the communities, for roads. You've seen roads, and they're like, man, I wonder why they don't fix this road. Well, did you fill out your census? You know,
Pura grava.
yes. So those are the things that we look into as well. There is going to be, and so I believe that with all this that's going on with the census that people filled in, we're going to get more money. We're going to get more stuff coming into the Rio Grande Valley, and there's going to be a lot of businesses that are going to be popping up right now. I know that the market's going to go up right now. As it is in this pandemic that we're in, look at the housing market. It's crazy, you know, with everything, the shutdown and all that. So, you know, what goes down, you got to go up somehow, somewhere. Whenever you hit rock bottom, it's going to go up.
How do I do it if I want to flip a house? Because what was the name of that guy on that show that would flip houses and stuff?
Fixer upper,
Jeff?
Jeff Lewis.
There was
Jeff Lewis.
actually a question about that.
Yeah, he made it real popular, right?
Yes, Jeff
Now,
Lewis.
if I want to flip a house, you have to get the loan for the house plus the money to fix it, right?
Yes.
Or
Yeah,
what?
It would be like a rehab loan. You would get
Okay.
a rehab loan. You would. It just depends how much the house is. So if you get a house, it depends also what kind of loan you're gonna get. It could be all kinds of.
There's a lot of factors.
There's a lot of factors. Like I got my little casita, I got my loan, and I had money saved, and I got my people to do little things. So as it is, I went into a house looking for a fixer upper, but I knew that I didn't want to tear down walls. I knew that I didn't want to add walls, so I was very vigilant on that aspect, that I said, no, I'm going to look for a fixer upper that's not going to need much, because depending on how much you have saved, you want to work with that. Now, if you need a rehab loan, depending on your credit, you can go and get yourself a rehab loan so they can lend you so you can fix your house up, and they'll just add it to your loan. And it's just a lot of ways that you can do it. And it's definitely, yes.
How can they get a hold of you, Rox? I don't even think we've said your number or your website or social media. That way we can put it on the screen. And
Yeah, you can call me at 789-2081. Text me. I don't answer. So
789. What is it?
2081.
Okay.
956.
956-789-2081. I'm a realtor with Keller Williams. So so you can contact me through there as well.
Do you work mostly out of one city, or you can help anybody in the entire valley?
Yeah, we can help anybody in the valley. I mean, we have a license in Texas, so we can help anybody in Texas. So yeah, but if you start working with people in Houston, and
It's always tough.
but we always can have people that we work with, other realtors in those areas, and we can refer them to these realtors, and we work that way because I mean it's just happening all around. Right there, Deep Edit says it's a huge risk. Yeah, it is a risk. It really is. It is a risk to get yourself a fixer upper, but you do inspections, which you do first before you close in a house. You've got that option period where you're gonna do an inspection and see if it's gonna be worth your time. And but again, land property never depreciates. You always win with property.
What area in the Rio Grande Valley or here in the McAllen, Edinburgh area is an area where you see some potential where if you buy it, the value will go up pretty soon? I know when schools are built close to the house, it kind of builds up the value of the house, right?
Well, it does. Businesses, wherever they're off the expressway, people work all over the place. If some people want to work, I want to just be like 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes away from the expressway.
Yeah.
Which I have had clients that said, I don't want to be too far from the expressway. I work out of town. I work in Brownsville, I work in Harlingen, I work in Rio.
Yeah.
And they want to just get on the expressway and go and, and come back. So that's one thing. Schools, if they've got family, if they got kids, they want to be near schools. And also businesses, stores.
What city in the valley are people aiming to live in the most, or where are the houses being sold the most? In what city? McAllen, Far, San Juan, Alamo, Edinburgh, Mission, Sherryland, La Feria, Mercedes, Brownsville.
It just depends, because some people like the city. If they want to be city, they're going to be coming to McAllen. And they're like, and I've had a lot of people that are like, I don't want to live in McAllen. I want to live over in like Monte Alto. They
feel like McAllen's big and busy, and they don't want that. They want somewhere else.
So yes, exactly. They want to be. Some people, which I've dealt with, they are law enforcement. They're law enforcement, and they don't want to be near the city. They want to be very secluded. They want to be in gated community, and so we've sold them like ranchos out there, So it just depends where you want to be. But I mean, McAllen, Edinburgh, those are very good areas. The properties, sell. The houses sell really quickly. But right now, everywhere it's pretty much selling pretty fast.
If Ron and Fish wanted to buy a house, what would be the first step for them to do?
Well, first we'd call you.
Yes.
That's the first step right there.
Hey, no, you'd call me and I'd connect you to her.
There you go. 789-2081.
And I'd get the finder's fee. I know.
Puro jumping conectas.
No. So I would direct you to my lender. So from my lender, he would, you'd fill out an application. So these are the steps. You fill out an application because you're trying to go for a loan. And then from there, he's going to tell you, this is your credit. Your credit score is this, and you can't get a home until you do this. Okay. So he's going to help you. He's going to help you do that. Now, if you want to your credit score, you want to hire your credit score, then you're going to go with a credit repair person. This credit repair, you're going to pay.
What do they usually ask for? I know they ask for check stubs, right? And tax stuff.
They're going to ask for everything. For a lender, they're going to ask for your bank statements. They're going to see how much you have in savings. They're going to ask for everything. They're going to ask your history. They ask for quite amount of stuff. But, I mean, it's everything.
The main thing is credit.
What
for lender? Yeah.
What if it's somebody who's the opposite? They're ready to go. They have they're tier 1. They have money to put down. Then what would they do after?
So you go to my lender.
That application gets approved, and they're good.
You got everything, right?
Yeah.
So you go to my lender.
You're ready to go.
Lender sends me the pre-approval letter. He's like, they're approved. This is a pre-approval letter.
And then they go shopping with you, or
and
what?
then I'm like, boom, boom, boom. What are you looking for? I'm looking for a house no more than $150,000. I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Isn't that exciting?
It's very exciting.
Yeah. That's the fun part, right there.
I want a 2-car garage. I want it in this little area right here. I want to go, and I've had clients with like my daughter goes to Milam, and I want them to stay in Milam. My daughter goes to Mackay. I want them to stay in Mackay. So we've got to look for the area. But nowadays it's open district. So they can go any school. But definitely that's something that you've got to think about where you want to go. Now, if you're open to anywhere and you're good to go, well, then it's fun shopping.
Heck yeah.
It's fun shopping for that house. It's just a matter of where you want it. And
then so you kind of help them save time. Basically, like, hey, Roxy, this is what I want. And then you go out and you make like a list for them. And then you take them on the showings.
What we do now, everything is all,
Oh, because of COVID,
so.
right?
Well, no. We can still look. We can still look. No.
Okay.
It just depends. Sometimes the buyers don't feel comfortable, or the sellers don't feel comfortable, but the sellers want to sell their house, so they're doing everything they can, which is really good. They'll have. I mean, I've been to houses where they've got all the sanitizing stuff. They got the masks in case you don't have any, and they've got the shoe covers, and they've got gloves. So they have it right in front before you go into the house, and then they'll tell you, please put this and that. But the realtor will tell me. I don't really communicate with the party. I don't communicate with the buyer or the seller. I communicate with the realtor. So the realtor's like, yeah, they're good to go. So so if you're ready to go, say you're good to go. So you're gonna tell me what you're looking for. I'm gonna do a wide search on what you're looking for, and I'm gonna send you an email. This is what we have available, and this is what you want in this area. Let's go look at these houses. You're gonna see them. You're gonna be like, okay, I like this one. This one, I don't like the color. I don't like the yard is too small. Let's look at this. Okay. And we start looking at properties all day long.
Has anybody ever? What if somebody says, "Hey, I don't like that guy that lives next to me. His name's a Rock and Roll James, and he has a Trump flag."
He parties all
running
night.
Well, properties have been, they look at their surrounding areas, So if you've got a really nice house and you've got like a apartment complex across the street, they're like, no,
Yeah.
So that's also another thing you look at when you are fixing to flip a house, because if you want to flip it and then sell it, you've got to look at the surrounding areas as
Yeah,
well to
'cause
see,
I always freak out. I worry like when I see a nice house and then there's an apartment complex close by. It's kind of worrisome because you don't know who habitates or what is it.
There's a lot of traffic. The
Yeah.
mobility is high. The
And-
mobility is super high.
And a lot of times they're like they're at home watching you leave and come back and they find out. So it's kind of scary. But
and it's going to be
you
like
need an
that.
alarm system
Yeah, it's going to be like
cameras.
that everywhere, though. I mean, you're going to
and
find
a
that.
pit bull in the house.
Yes, you do. You need
Like whiskey.
Oh, that dog is scary. I'm like,
He's staring at you.
hi, whiskey. I don't even want to make eye contact.
We need to get whiskey a cam.
Yeah.
Beautiful dog, though.
So you're planning to do a show, right? Like, it's like they were making fun of me because I said Yuvia's cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
And it's
called the sac.
It's cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
And somebody was saying it's teatro. It's cul-de-sac.
Cul-de-sac.
Hey, but it's
It's
cool, is
cul-de-sac.
it?
Yeah.
It's a cool cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am working with some people that we're gonna do the real estate cul-de-sac. It's gonna be something like a podcast, like a show, just to So every week I'll have I'm gonna talk to a credit repair expert, and then the next week we're gonna talk to a lender. The next week, stuff like that. So definitely something that is, I think, needed in the Rio Grande Valley. Because I know there is several people that do that, no doubt about it, and great, because hay pa todos. So, and there is a lot of people that need to know about these things here in the valley, and including myself and my family. We're a little bit ignorant on property buying, right? Like we just don't know, and that's okay. So when I got into real estate, I did that because I didn't know much about home buying and stuff, because I lived in the retama, I lived out in the ghetto, in the neighborhood, in the hood, so I really didn't know much about that.
The retama is government homes, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I lived in government homes, so I didn't know much about that. So, and then I went to college, I stayed in student housing, I lived in apartments. So when I was ready to buy a home, I realized that I knew nothing about nothing. And I said, no, you know what, instead of buying a home, I went to school. And I didn't buy a home until years later. Thank you very much. But so a lot of people need to know about these things, and that's why I'm glad there is people that are having these talk shows and podcasts and stuff.
Yeah, I did the I think it was the award ceremony for Keller Williams a while back. I think you were there.
Was it the Christmas party?
It was a Christmas
It was a
party.
Christmas party.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they were giving out awards. I mean, and they were talking about millions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, millions. Some guy got an award for like selling millions in homes.
Wow.
I mean, and it's interesting because here in our neighborhood, you have a variety of homes that I think would, from like the 100,000, 125.
I think my mic is off.
Your mic is off? No, your mic's
Hello?
off. It might be your headphones. Can you hear us?
Nope.
Hello?
Let me see.
I broke it.
Okay.
I'm known to break.
Well, you're coming out really nice. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You can't hear us?
No, so I'll take off my headphones.
check the little thing on the.
Is it commercial time?
Yeah. So anyway, there's homes like down the street that are worth $1 million.
Yeah, I bet.
There was a house that they refurbished. I mean, they just like fixed it all up. We call it the Brady Bunch house, right, babe? And
The one in the corner.
yeah, the one in the corner over here.
I like that house,
I've
bro.
actually been in that house, and it's
How is
really
it? How does it
it's
look?
really modern. Like everything's real modernized. Like it looks really cool. It's a real cool house. I mean, I don't know if it still looks the same. I was in there maybe like years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if it looks the same, but it was real modern. I think they were still working on it. Some parts of the house. But yeah, it was really, really, really big.
That's
And it
the
was nice.
house that has bamboo floors. Remember, babe?
Yeah.
See, it's a lot of the interior that
Yes.
makes the value so high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, also, there's another house that we went down over here, and it was in a cul-de-sac. Can you do the headphones?
Cul-de-sac.
Do they work?
Yeah,
Okay.
they work. I'm back. I'm back.
And so we went and we checked it out, and Boy, how much was it, Ma?
It
Like
was
600, 700,000?
It was 700. No, yes, it was $789,000.
Wow.
I was like,
change that.
no.
Pero está bruta la
Yeah, it was
casa.
beautiful.
Like mansions. They're
The
mansions.
entire inside was completely gutted and redone. It was beautiful.
And it's at the
bet.
end of the road at a cul-de-sac, not a cul-de-sac, a
It's a
cul-de-sac.
cul-de-sac.
And but you have the railroad tracks right by there, and the track, bicentennial track where they all run and stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, there's just different prices for different homes, and there's other homes that we've seen that are like $180,000, $145,000,
Oh, yeah,
and they're a
yeah.
little bit beat up, more a little,
Yeah,
But,
so, I mean, people like that lady from California that was calling me. She lived in a house, and she couldn't believe the price of the house that she was looking at down here. She's like, my house over here, it's like $350,000, and it's a little 3-bedroom, home, like barely a yard type of thing. So I'm like,
It's
down
crazy.
here in the valley with $300,000 home, he's like, you're living in a mansion.
Yeah.
You're living
Yes.
you're living really good.
yeah.
So it's a gold mine. The
I
valley
saw-
is a gold mine.
I saw a comment right now about how in Austin there was lofts. I guess a couple years ago there was a loft for like 150, and now it's like way over. Like it's super expensive. Even like places in Austin, San Antonio, just 3 hours away.
Oh, the prices
price.
are going up.
Yeah.
Because it is a seller's market right now. There's not that many properties right now out there because they are getting sold quickly. And when a house used to be on the market for sale for like say 7 months, 9 months, now it's on the market for, depending on the area, for about a month and a half.
Wow,
2 months.
that's good.
Yeah, it's getting sold quickly. So that's why there's not that much inventory. And it's a great thing for sellers. It really, really is. So if, like you talked about flipping, get a house, flip it, sell it.
Yeah.
Sell it right away.
Well, you know what? Cancel my wedding. We're gonna buy a house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely something to think about and something to do. It's possible for everybody. Don't think that your credit that's it. No, it's not. That's not the end of it. Even when you get repos, which sometimes you think that's it, game over, repo. No, they'll work with you. It is going to take a little longer, if you get a repo, but that length of time, it gives you time to save. The more you save, the more you have to put in a down to put towards your house. It's going to be always better.
Someone in the chat box was also asking about auction homes, like
Oh, yeah.
the ones that go under foreclosure. So do you have any?
Most of the time when they go on auction, they're the banks. The banks pick up the house. They'll just deal with real estate companies. They have realtors or real brokers that they deal with, and they give it to them so then they could sell it. Now they will we'll put it out there and we'll sell it like house for sale. So it's just there's not. You'd have to go to a bank or, if you know somebody that can give you a list of foreclosures. But most of the time, they just give it to a broker to put it out there. But,
Okay.
you just have to look at the prices that you want to do now. Auction homes, I believe, I have not really looked much into this. I did hear about it years ago when there was a client that was doing it. But I think, especially now with the COVID and everything, I want to say once a month they have an auction at like the courthouse where they have, okay, we got this property that's for sale, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $50,000. Depends if it's a lot.
We'll start at 50, 50, 55, 55, 55, 55.
Yeah, so it depends if it's a lot, if it's an acre, if it's a house, if there's land, if there's house and land or not. But there's stuff that you can do. Of course, you're gonna have to go with some cash. You want to go to an auction, But there's a lot of things you can do. I just say don't. I bought a home later in life. I really wish I would have done it when I was younger, but I didn't.
In auctions, you can. I don't think you can even research the home or anything or see what it's like. Because I've heard stories where some people that are getting foreclosed, by the time they go into the house, it's been gutted.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll take the sink, they'll take the
Oh, yeah.
toilets, and they'll leave the house completely gutted before they get it repossessed. And,
Yes.
and sometimes you end up having to buy a home that needs to get fixed up big time, right?
Yes.
Are there better prices on those homes? What kind of deal do you get on those homes that
when
go through that? Like,
when they've been gutted? Well, now you're getting into like FHA homes and whether it'll pass your loan, because it depends if it just has no It's got wires sticking out all over the place. It's
Yeah.
got broken windows. It's got no ceiling fans. It's got no light fixtures because they took all that. Now
Yeah.
It won't pass any type
No.
of inspection
No.
at
it's,
all.
it's not going to pass. So now you're going to be going through another kind of loan, and or you're
So
gonna have
the
to be-
bank has to fix it and then sell it then, right? Or what?
whoever the owner is, whoever the owner may
Yeah,
be, yeah,
true.
they're gonna have to get it up to par so that it could sell. It could
Man, that
pass,
sucks.
Or they could sell it as is. There's a lot of homes where they sell as is, and people that are investors, they'll come in and they're like, "I'm gonna get it." I sold a house some years back. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago. This house was like, I mean, concrete, no tile. The walls were like as if some kind of tractor came and tore through the wall. There was
Wow.
leaks all over the floor. It was old. It was an old home, and the counter was falling apart. It was really, really bad. You saw rats going through there. You could see some parts of the ceiling. It was really bad. So they were selling it. It was a 5-bedroom home.
Wow.
It was 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. It was a 3-car garage. It had a swimming pool. It had, it was great. It was in really good area of McAllen, and they were selling it for 135.
Whoa.
So I was working with an investor,
I'd just go throw a colchon on the floor, just.
and the owner was living there. So the owner was living there. So then I had an investor that I was working with, and then he was looking. He's like, send me some fixer uppers. I want. He was fixing a lot of properties. So I'm like, there's one great location. I mean, it's horrible, but let's go. So we go and look at it, and he sees it. And he walks around. He sees the size of it. Now, when you're an investor, you see past all that ugliness. You see past all that.
you see potential.
You see the area, you see the size of it, And so the guy is like 130. He's selling for 135, and this is what's in the area, and he's like, I'll give him $80,000 right now in cash. And I was like, let me. I make that phone call real quick, and they told the owner, and the owner said done. So he bought the house.
Dude, I would have done the same, man.
A $54,000
And just
discount
fix
real
it little
quick.
by little or something, and
Well,
you're living in it, and
he-
it's paid off.
He fixed it. You see, this is the thing. This investor, he fixed it, but he put his own style. As much as we told him don't put too much expensive stuff on it, So
now he's trying to having trouble selling it because
because he put too much stuff
much
into
stuff in
it,
it, yeah.
and it was too expensive. I mean, travertine floors and like all kinds of stuff that he
Wow.
put. Like like the closets were beautiful. I mean, it was a gorgeous, gorgeous home. So now he's trying to sell it for about $400,000, right? And you're like, okay, we'll try. I mean, it was on the market for a good while. He couldn't sell it, and so he ended up renting it. But when he rented that 5-bedroom house, he rented it for $3,500.
Oh, I'm sure.
So he rented that house for about $3,500, and I mean, he didn't owe it. You know, it's the stuff they put into it, all the supplies and the materials. I mean, he didn't really owe much of that either, because he was an investor, so he has money. So that house was just $3,500 a month, and that's it. I want to say maybe some years later, I don't know when, but he rented it for a good while. We ended up selling it for like $285.
Wow.
So yeah, it was
from an initial $80,000 investment.
yeah. So I mean, he did lower the price because at that point he just wanted to sell it.
I would have just tried to keep getting those $3,500 a month. No, I mean, it was paid off.
It was paid off. So I mean, when you think like that,
but
and these
to
people
to get over $200,000 in one chingazo is pretty cool too.
yeah. And so these people that are selling, that are buying and flipping, they put some money into it. But so you've got those kind of investors that really like the really nice kind of style and everything. They got the most expensive stove, refrigerator, you name it. And so then they have a problem selling it. But then you go with someone like me that I get a little fixer upper, and I'm like, I don't want to put that much into it. Now I've got like 10 people that want to buy it, and I'm like, no, I'm not trying to buy it, sell it, So you just got to be smart on the area. My area, the location was great. If you need to buy, rent, not get out of renting to buy, do it because it's a good time to buy.
And get a hold of Roxy. Her number is, once again,
956-789-2081.
All right.
Right?
Yes, it
Okay.
is. So what is D better saying? Last year, dude bought a home of $280, sold it for $470, spent a heck of a a lot of money, it's a risk.
Yeah, it is a risk.
Yeah.
It is. That's right.
You know, deep editors keep saying it's a risk, but everything's a risk.
True.
You know, everything's gonna be a risk. You
Life's a risk, carnal.
You just got to do it, right? You just got to do it.
And for if you've got the money, if you're gonna be spending that much money, you're walking in knowing it's a risk.
Yes.
You're not like an amateur at doing this stuff. You're not an amateur. You are doing it because you know what's up. You know what you're going to put into it.
Right.
You already have contacts at this time. You already got your connections. And
You're that Lewis guy. What's his name? That Lewis guy. I see that show, Jeff Lewis, and I'm getting a headache. You know, with everything they're going through and doing and seeing, and I mean, it's just pretty crazy.
it
So
is.
he flips those houses, and it's like it gets intense because there's so many moving parts to it, and at the end it's beautiful and amazing, and he tries to sell it, but in like throughout the process of flipping it, it's like whoa.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
Se pelean y se
Yeah.
salen enojados.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and you just gotta be. If you're not part of that, then you kind of go in with someone that is, and just to help you out, because it's definitely a risk. But with property, it's a risk that a lot of people are willing to take.
Right.
because
And then there's those
land.
shows that are called $1 Million Listings and stuff. Do you ever watch those shows?
I do not watch anything else
I do.
other than Fixer Upper, Flip or Flop, Atlanta Flip or Flop, Fixer Upper Atlanta. Like that's all I watch.
Are you a home and garden channel
I
person?
watch that too. Actually, I want to I want to go and take a class on home and gardening.
Oh my gosh.
So when we have the cul-de-sac, the real estate cul-de-sac, we're going to be able to target all kinds of stuff. I also do carpentry. Thank you. Woodwork. I do woodwork. So that's one thing that I do for my clients. I end up once I sell them a home, I build them something. I build them a piece of furniture. I like building these bar buckets. It's a 6 by 12, and it's 3 feet high, and I put 2 buckets at the end. I should probably have sent you pictures. Or I build a bench, or I build a table, I build a patio table, and I build it for them as a housewarming gift.
Oh,
So
that's super cool.
That's awesome.
Or you could just build one for me, and then I could show it on the show.
how about I send you pictures of the ones already built, and you can show those on the show. But
Hey.
I already walk into the house, so and this is me. It's so funny because I'm like, I built an entryway table for one of my clients, and I'm in there, and he's looking at the house, and I'm like, I'm taking steps. I'm like, let me see how big this entryway. He doesn't know that I'm doing this,
Oh, my
right?
goodness.
They have no idea. It's actually a gift, right? So then I'm walking in and I'm measuring, and then my client's like, what are you doing? Just trying to see how far the door is to the closet. And then they're like, oh, okay. So I'll be walking, and then and I'll go to outside. I'll go see the patio outside. I'm like walking. I'm like, okay, this would be a 6 by this and 4 by this. So I'll be looking
Oh my
at certain
goodness.
things.
So
Yeah.
cool.
So one of my best friends, I sold a house to her, and she ended up getting married also that year. So I built her a beautiful bench, patio table with benches. It was gorgeous, chocolate stain colored bench. So I do a lot of that stuff as well. And I have my carpenter, and who does that? I'm like, okay, over here we need this, over here we need that, we need to fix this, we need that. So I wanted to get into that because I never really knew much about much, so I always love that woodworking type of stuff. So I ended up saying, I want to learn how to do this. So as you can see, right, when I don't know something, I go and try to learn it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Real estate, I don't know anything. I want to go try and learn it. So carpentry, woodwork. I'm not trying to build a house. I'm not trying to build. I'll get there one day,
Maybe.
But a wood shop type of thing. I wanted to get to do that. So I ended up calling. Nobody teaches like UTRGV, STC. Nobody teaches this wood shop, and I wanted that particular thing to do. So one day I'm asking people that do woodwork as well, and then one day I end up. I was going to a party over in La Homa Road, and I was going over there, and then I was doing a remote, and I told my mom, meet me at the party. I don't know where it's at, but here's the directions. Put it on Google. Take the kids, and I'll meet you there. And she's like, okay. So she takes off, and I from her house, right? And after my remote ended over at Bird Ogden, so I ended up taking off, and I couldn't find it. I got lost, but while I'm going, I see this area. It's like a store, and they've got all this kind of benches and chairs and pergolas and all this kind of stuff outside. And it attracted my attention because I like that. I like that look.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, look at this, how beautiful. I go in. Make a U-turn. It must have been like 7 o'clock. Yeah, because my remote ended at 7. It must have been like 7:30 or something. And so then I go in, and it's getting dark, and it was during the time where it gets dark at that time. And I remember that because I'm like, I got scared. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm walking in here and like not even knowing they're gonna kill me. And so then a dog walks out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get bit now. I'm like, what am I doing? There's nobody there. And so then this man comes driving in, and he was like, hola, ¿le puedo ayudar? And I said, sí. I go, ¿está vendiendo esas cosas? Sí, yo vendo esto, yo vendo lo que sea. Hasta me go, ¿están abiertos? Are you open? And he goes, siempre. He goes, estamos abiertos todo el día. Pues, of course, all their stuff is outside, right? And then I said, okay. So then I go in there, and I end up looking at the stuff, and then I say, ay, me encanta esto. I've always wanted to do this. I've always learned how to do wood shop, woodwork, do carpentry of some sort. Yo doy classes. And I said,
Wow.
oh my gosh, I just hit the jackpot.
Wow. What are the odds, right?
So this was 3 years ago, and ever since I built a bar, I built benches, I built all kinds of stuff. So he taught me a lot of stuff. So whenever I do have a home, and and I see something that's broken, I work on me drill. Okay, I want this to look better. Or when I'm showing a house and I've got my buyers there, I'm like, okay, I'm taking measurements because I'm like, I'm going to build you a little patio bench, but you don't know yet.
You're a reality TV show in the making,
I know.
And they don't even know my personal life. If they were to know my crazy personal life, yeah.
And what are the name of those two twins, right? Those twins
The Property Brothers.
Property Brothers.
The Property Brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's pretty awesome.
You can also have a segment like the lady that was, I think, on Channel 4 that used to come out on the news like in the middays, and she would like Mrs. Fix-It or something.
Oh, yeah,
Fixer
Mrs.
upper.
Fix-It.
And she would do
Mrs.
all
Fix-It.
kinds of stuff, right?
Yeah, but those are the things that I want to do for to expand your business. You got real estate, that I want to do those extra things. That's why I want to get into landscaping, so that I'd be able to like,
Do the
okay,
whole thing.
you know what, I can hacer todo, right? And they don't even know that like I have all these kids at home too. And so I'm like, I want to do the landscaping. I want to fix this, or look at this tree. You can take it out. Stuff like that I see, and I'm like, oh, over here you can put a palm tree. Over here, take that old one out and put this in, So stuff like that.
Your mind's
Yeah.
constantly working. I guess this is something to do with DJs, babe.
I think so.
'Cause
Oh,
me-
yeah,
really
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It
Sounds like,
really is.
sounds like somebody else I know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about when if I can bring the real estate cul-de-sac. Did I move the thing? I get all. I'm so animated. I'm
So the
like moving around.
cul-de-sac, what are you saying?
So that's when I thought like I need to do something with bringing all of this together.
Yeah.
Under one roof kind of thing. So I thought the real estate cul-de-sac would be something good to do, because I do have, in the Valley, everybody, and then you're a realtor, even more people to do stuff. And if you don't know, you ask people then in real estate, you got your team leaders. They're like, hey, do you know somebody that does this, that does that? So, and I thought if we can bring these people together, that'd be great. And then, when we work in radio, so why not bring it to our stations, to our TV, to social media and stuff, just to help the community in the Rio Grande Valley.
It's awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, Roxy, a realtor.
Round of applause.
Roxy the realtor.
Jack of all trades after
Yeah.
we know now.
Yeah, Roxy does everything.
Carpenter.
And of course, you can
That's awesome, man.
You can check her out every morning on 107.9 RGV here in the Rio Grande Valley on 107.9, and then on social media and the Facebook as well, and then online as well. You can find her and check her out, and you can also call her. And in case you were interested in buying a home, or you got any questions for a realtor, that you need to speak with a realtor, she's more than happy to help you out as well.
Definitely.
And Roxy, we usually do this with our interviewees. We have
There we
the
go. Now it's time, Roxy.
hashtag PBT's top 5 questions
Uh-oh.
with Lluvia Linda. Right?
AKA Roxy. I'm laughing at Aurelio Perez. He said, La Shy Girl.
No, yeah.
Because I happen to be shy.
Honestly, somebody they were commenting earlier, and they're like, "Oh man, it looks like she's a natural in front of the camera as you are behind the mic." Like everybody's liking the, watching.
Thank you.
There. So,
Thank
yeah.
you. I really don't like being in front of the camera. I really don't. They come into, like when our sister stations, like our TV stations, they'll come into the studio. They're like, Rox, we're going to film you for this, whatever that we have to do for Fox or whatever. I'm like, it's like, when? And they're like, we're going to do it today or we're going to do it tomorrow. I was like,
Tomorrow.
I'm gonna call in sick. You know, even in concerts, when we have to be on stage for concerts,
You can't just surprise
I
a
would get lost.
woman. I mean, you can't just surprise a woman with a camera. I mean,
No,
she
you
needs to
can't.
be ready.
You cannot. That's very
My wife would
disrespectful.
hate me if I would just pop open. And then when
Yeah.
we take pictures
Yeah.
together, let me check them out. Let me check them out first. You know, I mean, that's just the way women are. But
Pushing the photographer out of the way, like, muévete,
yeah.
muévete.
yes, you can't do that. I mean, they've done it before at the station. They're like, "You're gonna go on the air to do this." I go, no, you're not gonna do that to me, man. You got all these TV beautiful women that are on the station. They got like all the time to get ready. Are you gonna do that to me? No se vale. So,
Well,
yeah.
let's see if you're ready for these questions.
I'm kind of scared.
No, they're simple. Question number one: what's your favorite food?
Simple.
It's food. I can eat salads every day, and I know I don't look like it, but I can eat salads.
That cannot be your favorite food, Roxy.
no,
Come
it's
on.
not. Okay.
Come on.
I like mole. I like chile rellenos.
That
I
sounds
like
like-
fideo. I like that kind of stuff.
All right.
yeah.
Whenever you have a housewarming party, we'll go.
Yes. You know, I moved into my house a couple of years ago, and I still haven't had a housewarming party, but I will. I'm going to renovate it, and then I will.
Question number two: what's your favorite movie?
Oh, man, I got several of those. It depends. Action.
The one that always hits you right in the, the heart. Like the
Schindler's
one,
List.
Schindler's List.
Yeah.
All right.
Schindler's
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
That one makes me cry.
That's about the Jewish concentration camps
Yeah, that makes me cry.
during World War II. All right. What is your favorite song on RGV 107.9?
Oh, man. If you all know me, you know that I'm going to say anything Prince.
Prince. All right.
Anything Prince. I am a big Prince fan. You know that he was the only artist that I've ever cried for. And I remember where I
But-
was when I found out when he died. I was at Home Depot.
But
buying
you-
wood.
but-
Lumber.
Or Jack Street. Shout out to Jack's Home Depot.
But you have to say a song, not an artist.
Purple Rain.
Oh,
Okay,
When Doves Cry.
Purple rain, purple rain.
I was literally at Home Depot with
Sobbing.
No, I was at Home Depot and I had a cart of lumber. I had a cart of lumber that had some stuff, right? And then I don't know, I get a notification on my phone that it said Prince died. I was like, no. I was like this, and people around me looked. They're like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna leave my wood here. I gotta go. And I took off. I cried for Prince.
Wow.
Yeah, so I love
I
Prince.
kind of felt kind of weird today with Eddie Van Halen.
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
I mean, because I grew up with him
Right.
and it was crazy. But
Yeah.
all right, what is your favorite vacation spot?
Oh, Isla Mujeres. Isla Mujeres.
Oh, it sounds like it'd be mine and Ronnie's too, man.
Yeah,
Right?
heck yeah.
It's in Cancun.
If they let us go,
I'm coming with.
vamos, mijito.
It's not even like what it sounds, right? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place. The Riviera Maya, like it's just gorgeous over there. If you ever want to go to, I mean, after all this, I guess, to a place where it's like white sands and clear water, you need to go there. And when I was there, you're taking tour rides all over the place. And I got on a bus to go take a tour ride somewhere, and there was people that were there. They were like, "Oh, where y'all from?" And I was like, "Oh, we're from Texas." And like, "Oh, so are we? We're from Dallas." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So we start talking to them, and then they go, "Is this your first time here?" And I said, "Yeah." And they go, "Oh, we come here all the time." And then I said, "Oh," I finally came. I go, this place plus Hawaii are my two places that I've always wanted to go to." And the people go, "If you've been here, you don't need to go to Hawaii." And I said,
Wow.
"Really?" And they go, yeah. They go, I mean, go to Hawaii if you want to go experience it. But if you're looking for like the white sands, the clear waters, this is it. You
And
got
what
the-
is it called again?
Riviera Maya, Isla Mujeres,
wow.
Cancun, all that area. And they go, the sands are white. It's just beautiful. Everything is just gorgeous.
I just found a friend that lives over there.
Oh, yeah?
And he said, whenever you come down, just look me up, man.
Do it. Do it if you can. Right now, the flights are really cheap too.
Yeah, we've never been out there.
You need to. You need to go.
Hashtag PBT live from Cancun. Spring break, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Sounds like a girl's gone wild.
And then especially with a song like this in the back.
Yeah.
On the boat? You're going to be on the boat.
Go rock.
No, you'd be
Go rock.
Like
Go rock.
The beautiful part is when you're on the boat. You're on the boat and you're cruising and you just see like the
The
Like,
water's so clear, so you feel
chingos
that.
you can see the starfish that
Mujeres?
are stuck on the ocean floor.
Oh my God,
You
how
can see
awesome.
through there. You know, you're like, oh, this is just.
Doesn't it suck when it ends?
You want to cry.
I'd probably end up trying to get a job as a DJ out there
I
or
was about to
something.
say, I was like, I could be a host here. I could totally work this. I could be like a cleaning lady. I could do something.
Yeah.
I could live here. I could live here, you know.
And you can sell like little
Real
picnic
estate.
tables on the side of the road too, that you build. And I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
How's that real estate over here? Man.
all right. And that's the final question. What was the best concert you've ever been to?
Oh, man.
The what?
The best concert. Sorry, because she already said her artist is Prince.
I never got to
okay.
see him, and I cried. That's one of the reasons why I
Yeah,
cried.
she said, I'm sorry, Mama, because we set up all the questions to put them on the graphic, so
Okay.
we just changed it up a bit. Okay, baby?
Got it.
Okay, sorry. Because she
okay.
said Prince, so we already...
You're
it's
gonna la regañada que vas a agarrar después del show.
I did it!
La regañada.
No,
que
no,
vas a agarrar
no.
en Rock.
That's
Hey,
terrible.
you never know what'll
¿Verdad?
happen. She never gets mad like that.
Stop.
I don't get mad.
She'll just give me the death stare for about 5 seconds.
Ay, Dios.
She looked at me from across the board. She was like,
That's a scary look.
she
right
was
there.
like,
Go ask her.
I don't.
she went like this. Look, what's the question?
Stop it now.
No. She did the Chris Benoit to you.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No.
Y de ese le hicieron los
stop.
ojos del Undertaker.
You guys are terrible. Okay, go ahead, baby.
So we changed the question up
It's
because
okay.
Yeah.
So is that the question?
it said on number 3 when I said the song, you said Prince.
Oh.
And I said, okay, well, I know the answer to number 5 now.
Which is.
So the question now is, what's your favorite concert? What concert was the greatest concert?
I
you
never
went?
got to see Prince. That's one of the reasons why I cried. I never got to see him. I wish I would have. And that's how he did a residency in Vegas, and I
But-
still didn't go see him there.
But
Man.
what concert that you have been to was your favorite?
Man, I've been to, being in radio, we've been to so many.
I know, yeah.
We've been to so many.
That's why I made that one up right there. I said, nah, there's got to be some
That
concerts.
was a good one.
I went to go see Mary J. Blige, which is she's one of my she is my favorite female artist. And I went to go
I thought it was Janet Jackson.
I love Janet too. I seen Janet as well, and that was a great concert. Janet, and we were gonna go see her again. You know, when I saw Janet was here when she came to Borderfest. That's when I saw her, and she was here. And then we were gonna go see her in August. She was gonna be in San Antonio, but that COVID. So I don't know. I've seen Slipknot. I love Slipknot. When we go see, they were awesome. Korn, Bush. There's just so many concerts.
What about Whiskey D? Have you ever seen Whiskey D?
I've seen Whiskey D too, man.
Come on, Whiskey D.
That's the
Rocky,
one.
Come on.
That's the one.
That was
wrong answer.
you know that was a trick question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oops,
right.
sorry. I failed. I failed that question.
All right. Well, Yuvia, thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for having me. It was
We're still
fun.
going to do some segments. You want to stick around or do you have to head out? I know you got your kids. You got to put them in bed and stuff. It's kind of late, right?
They better be in bed.
Yeah. Do you want to stick around for the 3 quick segments we got afterwards? And
Quick? Okay.
Okay.
Let's
All right.
do it.
I don't. We always say quick, pero estamos aquí otros 3 horas.
No,
hablando de Titanic y ice cream y tal.
I'm gonna start doing what they want to do in the debates, cutting the mic, right?
Yes, just shut it off. Shut us off.
Well, look, we're gonna go right. We're gonna come right back. We've still got Rally's headline real quick and a celebrity news and Ron's sports segment.
We'll do mine at the end.
Okay.
Porque todo el tiempo cuando vengo cago el palo.
Ya se corta todo. But we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
With fall season and flu season coming up on us, Dr. T's Primary Care is offering flu vaccines to help keep you safe this flu season. Call us at 956-441-2188 to schedule your appointment. Also, take advantage of all the immune boosting treatments Dr. T's Primary Care has to offer, from vitamins, supplements, immune boosting injections, IV infusions, and we still offer COVID testing as well. So call 956-441-2188 today to schedule your flu vaccine with Dr. T's Primary Care.
About 3 years ago, I was set at a $300,000 bond for 3 crimes. From one day to another, I went from being, a coach, knowing a lot of parents, people around the whole PSJ area, McAllen, Edinburgh, around the whole valley. From one day to another, I lost all of that. I went to jail for 21 days, and my family met Mr. Flores, and he helped us out. He helped me out to reduce my bond from $300,000 to $50,000. I was back at home, and I went to court for about a year, But Mr. Flores would always tell me, I got it. I would call him all the time. Like, I'd be freaking out. Mr. Flores, 2, 3 in the morning. I'd call Mr. Flores, and Mr. Flores would answer my phone calls. And he'd be like, hey, bro, like, chill out. It's going to be all right. Just leave it up to me. I don't know what he saw in me that he believed that, you know, what I was telling him. And, you know, little by little, the things started coming out. I recommend Mr. Flores because he doesn't see you as money. He saw me as a family member or as a brother or as, you know, so he treats you like with heart. And nowadays, that's, especially in that world, that's very hard to find.
We're back.
We are back.
Roxy decided that she had to take off, so we want to thank her so much.
But it was cool, man. It was awesome having her here.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting, the real estate business and world, and watching those $1 million listings, right, babe?
Yes, those are my favorites.
I mean, Rally would be all into that show, man.
It was very educational, you know?
Yeah.
And they had like a wealth of knowledge in everything. I mean, from the bottom up, not just selling and getting the money and the money transaction. It was so much more than that.
Convincing the buyer.
Yes, convincing. The negotiation process was really amazing, but I really liked watching the flipping and the design and the change and the hardware and the flooring. It was just really awesome. I like that.
That's
I
the
like all
Jeff
that
Lewis stuff. Or is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
the
and
flipping?
even the $1 million listing.
Oh, they would
guys.
flip stuff then.
Yeah, they would fix
That
it
show was
up.
cool. The
Yeah,
$1
they
million
would fix
listing
it
was
up.
good.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, it's time for. I want to remind everybody to like, subscribe, and share. Okay.
Subscribe, man. Subscribe. Let's get those subscribers up, brother.
Like, subscribe, and share. And let's see, where are we at here?
Okay.
And it's time for Rally's headline.
Yes.
Let's
It's
hear it.
my turn. It's going to be short and sweet, but super important. So we kind of have a date this weekend, right?
Yeah, and I hope Ron and maybe Felicia can go with us.
Yes, and we're inviting everyone. We are going to be at T Ranch Pumpkin Patch in La Feria, Texas. And, you know, I was looking through their social media and it's beautiful. Like,
It
it
is.
doesn't even look like it's here in the valley
I
at
know.
all whatsoever. It is a 75-acre cattle ranch, and the landscape is super picturesque. I mean, it's beautiful. It just really does look amazing.
I just got back and I heard pumpkin patch, and I love pumpkin patches. I've been wanting to go to one.
Yes.
So T Ranch Pumpkin Patch.
Yes. So it's called the T Ranch Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah, I
And
can't wait.
I can't wait. I don't think I've ever been to an actual
Neither have I.
like
Pumpkin patch.
an actual pumpkin patch. I mean, we've gone to these little ones that we have around here in
Yeah.
But 75 acres?
Oh
That's
wait, what?
massive.
75. Where's it at? I'm sorry, because I missed the.
it's in La Feria. It's in La Feria. It's a 75-acre cattle ranch, and like I was just mentioning right now, the landscape, it's picturesque. It's like everything that you see in
They have-
books. I mean, it's beautiful. It's really, really nice. And they have a lot of areas, you know, like little photo op areas that you can take pictures at. So I'm really excited. I'm just ready to go in like a little sweater and fall colors.
I hope
and
it's
take a
cool.
picture and
Hey.
yeah, me
Yeah.
too. Me too.
I hope there's some cool weather.
Also, so you guys can get out of the house with the whole quarantine, man.
Yes, we have not
cool.
left the house. So yes. So,
and it's outdoor as well.
yeah, so let me just put the picture back up one more time. It is called T Ranch Pumpkin Patch. And again, it's a beautiful ranch out in La Feria. And we will be there on Saturday. So those of y'all that want to go out and hang out with us, we'll be out there. Not quite sure what time, but we'll be out there for a few hours. So we can't wait. I
On
can't wait.
Thursday, we'll give you the details, the logistics and all that, and we'll fish. And Ron, if you all aren't doing anything in the alley, you all want to go and hang out. Is there something going on Saturday night?
Chingao dead.
Me peleo,
Si
okay.
Dios quiere, vamos a estar in H-Town.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be hitting up Houston for the weekends.
Oh,
You can
okay.
always go the fall. because it's
Yeah.
the entire. I'm assuming it's the entire month of
Yeah.
October, so we can always go the following weekend as
Well,
well.
we're
Very
gonna
true,
take
very true.
we're gonna take the cameras and we're gonna try to do some live from over there, and then we're gonna take some footage, and then we're gonna really let you all know about this amazing place in La Feria. So we're looking forward to it. It's
The
awesome.
hashtag PBT
Yeah.
pumpkin patch.
They
man.
reached out to us. They said, "Hey, can you bring hashtag PBT? We want to be on the show and this and that." And I said, "Call 956-641-3241 and let's get it together." And they called, and we put it together, and we'll be out there this Saturday,
Man,
man.
that's gonna be cool, man. I mean, I'm sure because if people can't go hang out with you there, if you do, you footage, you take the pictures, everybody can know what it looks like, and then maybe they can go out there with their families, sometime in October.
Yeah, for sure. It's a family environment.
And I almost forgot. So they are going to gift hashtag PBT some tickets. I'm not quite sure on the amount or the quantity of the tickets, but we will be giving out some tickets next week on our show on Saturday.
Awesome.
So this Saturday we are going, and we're gonna take footage. We're gonna check it all out. We're going to just bask in the pumpkin patch, right?
In the ambiance.
Yes, and so then the following weekend on the following Saturday, I believe it's October the 17th, we will be live here on at our studios, but we will be giving out some tickets to go out there as well, so you all can experience
Heck
what
yeah.
we experience. So it's really awesome. So thank you all to the Trevino family. We really appreciate you all reaching out, and we're here for you all. And thank you. See you on Saturday.
Dad, if you go out to the pumpkin patch, you need to go out like looking snazzy. Dad, you maybe put on like some overalls and like a straw hat,
Like
or
a
something
buffalo
out there.
plaid shirt, like the
Yeah,
black
you know
and
what I'm
red
saying?
checkered.
O si
type
no,
of-
voy vestido como Charlie Brown. It's the big pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Let's do it. Oh my gosh.
And then one of the people here can go and they can pull the pumpkin away like you're gonna kick it like a football.
Llevo la peppermint patty.
I'm
Hey,
there.
Chuck. Hey, Chuck.
Ay, ay, ay.
Speaking of, just a real quick story. The other day they were calling me
Pigpen.
the guy that doesn't like to take a shower.
It's Pigpen.
Pigpen.
They were.
He's the one that has a little cloud of dirt following him. Or no, is it Pigpen or Pigpen, right?
I mean, with a name like that, I would think.
Pobrecito.
Oh shit! Here come rock and roll to the pumpkin patch in La Feria, Texas.
Yeah, his name is Pigpen. Look, this is him.
Te dijeron Pigpen, Ron.
Yes.
Inga.
Supposedly, because I don't take a shower, but if you take a shower when you get home from partying on Saturday night, Sunday, you're crudo all day, right? So you don't have a chance to take a shower.
You don't have a chance.
I'm
Because
gonna
you're crudo.
I'm gonna see if the camera can pick it up.
Oh my dear.
Who's that?
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
There I am.
That's Pigpen. That's Ron.
That's me.
Ay, bien tierroso.
Ron, real proud. That's me.
So Sunday, you're all crudo, you're in bed. So Monday, when you wake up to work, you take a shower before you go to work. So I mean, what's the big deal? You don't take a shower from Saturday night to Monday.
Oye, pues se perdió una talladita con un wipey o algo, hombre. Un bird bath, carnal.
Yeah, that'll work.
En el pinche sink, ¿no? Un
That'll
pinche
work.
bird bath. ¿Verdad que sí?
But everybody knows when you come home from the peda on Saturday, it's like 9 in the morning anyway.
Ay,
In the morning?
Cito. That's when you're sleeping somewhere else, bro. Don't te dejar entrar there. What happens if you get home and then they tell you, you're going to sleep outside, you're not coming in? You got to say, no, I just came to let you know I'll be right back. Get the hell inside the house.
¿Dónde chicas vas? Métete. ¿Sabes qué? Y báñate también.
Pigpen.
Dear.
Big pen.
Yeah. All right.
So we strayed really far from the pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
But the moral of the story, Rally's headline was
Yes.
the pumpkin patch in La Feria, Texas. Rock and Roll James and Rally will be out there.
We will be there this Saturday.
This Saturday, man. So if you guys
It's
are
gonna
out
be
there,
awesome.
maybe you'll run into him and take some pictures, sign some autographs, sign some babies. I don't know, Dad. Whatever you do, go pull your President Trump out there. Say hi to everybody.
Órale. All right. Hey, all right. Let's do something else here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Felicia's Celebrity News.
Celebrity segment.
Segment.
Celebrity news. Yeah,
Celebrity
no, I
news.
just said segment. Yeah, celebrity news. So Rihanna, she has a line, Savage times Fenty. It is a lingerie line, and she actually just did a runway show. And Rihanna, yeah, it's her lingerie line, and she just did a runway show, and it actually is exclusive on Amazon Prime. And what she did, a lot of people are, saying that she did such a great job picking the models because she had a lot of diversity. She did have women and men of all types, even some, women, whatever they, say as they are. And she had models of all sizes, every ethnicity, different races. And so a lot of people were happy that, she did that. I know she did come out stating in one of her interviews. Let me see if I can get the picture up. Oh my God.
Well, she's always somebody who kind of fluctuates in weight.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I've seen her and she's super skinny and sometimes
she look a little thick.
More weight. She be looking a little thick or whatever.
She did state that they're sexy and they need to know that and they need to be validated. And that no matter what size they are. So, I mean, that I think is awesome that she did that. I know she did have celebrity faces in there. She had Lizzo, she had Demi Moore, she had Bella Hadid, Gigi's pregnant, I'm sorry. She had Bella Hadid, she had Lizzo, she had Demi Moore. She even had P. Diddy's son. She did have guys in there as well. So it was just a really, really awesome runway show. And It was very different. A lot of people were saying that she, kind of threw Victoria's Secret in the trash and they're kind of done with because, Victoria's Secret was always getting in, not trouble, but they were always getting backlash for not having a diverse, types of women and sizes and stuff like that. And Rihanna just kind of came out and said, I'm going to have everybody, no matter what they look like, I'm going to have them in my lingerie walking down my runway. So, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And Demi Moore, she's in her 50s, right? And she's modeling and stuff.
Yeah, she looked really good. There's a photo that went up. I don't know if
we were watching it.
Yeah, for her age, she looks really, really good. And I thought that was super cool too because I mean, Demi is a woman who's a little bit older than most. Like seeing her next to Bella Hadid, it was like you see the young and the older, and they both look beautiful. They both look great. So.
One of my favorite Demi Moore movies is about last night with Rob Lowe. I think it's Rob Lowe. And that was like one of the very first movies I ever saw her in. And boy, there's some scenes on there that asustame one time. It fogged up my TV, man. Cállate la boca, shut up.
Andaba bien, Demi, give me some more.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
Me enojé todo cuando se casó Bruce Willis con ella, carnal. Cállate la boca, shut up.
Y es más, está pelón y feo el Bruce Willis.
Pero rico, papá, pero rico.
He's handsome.
All right. So that was Felicia's celebrity news.
Woo!
All right. So now
I was a little off on that one because I had everything set up on my computer, but then I had to walk Roxy out. So when I came back, it was all off. Sorry, but yeah, that was my segment.
That's cool though, man.
All right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to finish the show off with Ron's Sports Report.
Yes. Go, Dan.
Puro llorar, carnal.
King. I don't even want to get into my sports segment today, man.
First of all, Ron's caps.
Oh, Cap and Ron.
Yeah,
oh, man.
I'm not even going to go there till you get to that segment. Okay, you take care of it.
Should we just start off with the bad? Well, everything was bad this weekend. The betting picks were bad. The Cowboys were bad. The Texans were even terrible.
Everybody was out of line.
Everybody. It was, you know what? You know what, Rock? It was terrible, Rock. It was terrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible, Rock. It's terrible. First of all, though, somebody out there said there's a Big River brewing company. They're local. If you guys want to sponsor me, go ahead. Somebody said that, maybe they can send us some stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Big River. Shout out to PVT. Let's do a collaboration. Mochensen. But anyway, let's do it, baby. Let's do it. What are we doing first, Pop? Let me know. We're doing Texans first?
What do we, the producers over there?
Whatever you guys want,
you had
Papa.
Cowboys on the script.
Okay.
Whatever.
Cowboys on the script, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboys on the script.
You got another look.
Look at that script. Look at that damn script.
Ya te dije que miras el pinche script. Quítate los pinches lentes y miras el script.
Oh my God, I don't talk to you
No,
like
she doesn't.
that, baby.
No.
No seas malo. Okay.
No, because she knows I'll just laugh.
I know, so I don't even
That doesn't scare me.
I know. So we'll start with Cowboys.
All right, let's start with Cowboy. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's get them out of the way because all the Cowboy haters are going to pop out on the feed, especially Big D, a Green Bay Packers fan over there. But
No,
anyway,
Big D te sales Packer fan, carnal. No vives en Wisconsin,
hell
carnal.
no, hell no.
Vives en Texas. Eres de aquí el Valle.
Yeah, and he works in like Odessa, where it's totally opposite of.
Hombre, bro.
But anyway,
Come
here we go.
on.
Cowboys,
Ganando
baby.
regresado.
Cowboys, Browns. Dak Prescott threw for 502 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Zeke Elliott rushed for 54 yards. Amari Cooper had 134 yards and a TD. However, of course, as everybody knows, because everybody hates the Cowboys, still watch them, they did lose to the Browns. And they had some late game heroics, Dad. They cut it to, they were down.
I know,
14,
again.
17. And then at the very end, you're like, nah, bitches, Cowboys, you always do this to us. And then they're like down 11. And then they score, and you're like, nah, man, they're gonna lose. And then they're down 7. And then they're down 3.
3, I know.
Right, Fish?
My
And
gosh.
then all of a sudden you're like, hey, wait, watch out, bitches, Cowboys, wait, they're gonna come back, man. They're only down 3, bro.
Those are my Cowboys.
Yeah. They're gonna do another onside kick. I seen that pinche watermelon kick. We're gonna get the ball. We're gonna score.
Es
vato.
un
We're gonna
pinche
score.
emotional roller coaster de a madre, vato.
Gacho. But of course they don't. Baker Mayfield threw for 165 yards, 2 touchdowns. OBJ had 2 touchdowns also. They were even doing trick plays on us, Dad. Can you believe that?
I know, man.
Pinche halfback flea flicker.
Pues cuando
spin
tienes
shot
un player
pass.
como Beckham, carnal, I mean, you can do all kinds of things.
Yeah, so, but again, the Cowboys lost, man. It was terrible. They always do that to us, but what are you going to do, Dad?
Who are they playing next week?
This is the life that we live as Cowboy fans.
Yeah.
Next week, though, good news. We have the New York Football Giants next week at 3:25 on CBS. And you know what the best part of that is going to be, Dad? CBS. Who commentates on CBS, Dad?
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Todo.
So we'll get to hear Tony Romo discuss the Cowboys next week.
So you think the Giants will beat the Cowboys?
My God. You know what? At this point, Dad, I have no idea.
Are they playing in New York?
I just don't know. Man, I'm not 100% sure, but I think they're playing in Dallas, to be honest with you.
Man.
But shit, right now, wherever the Cowboys play, they ain't winning, Dad. But, I mean, what do you think it is, Pop? What do you think right now is the number one reason why the Dallas Cowboys are not winning? Okay, number 1 offense in the league. Dak Prescott throws 500 yards. We're putting up points, but what do you think it is, Dad?
The defense.
The defense.
I mean, secondary. Man, we've got some young secondary, but the tackling was terrible. I mean, the tackling, the last play for Beckham, where he ran, should have been caught behind the scrimmage line, and he ended up escaping and went all the way and just solidified, put the nail in the coffin.
They're at the 50-yard line. He runs 10 yards back to avoid the Gregory because Gregory, again, the guy that we talked about last week that had the 3 sacks. He came, he almost had him, and then it's like, okay, bueno, pues you're going to lose 10 yards. Oh, you're going to lose 5 yards. You're going to, no, there he goes. Oh, no, there he goes. Oh, shit, he scored a touchdown.
That's Beckham.
And that's the
Beckham,
Cowboys'
bro.
defense right now.
Yeah, but Beckham is one of those players that does stuff like that. He's real quick, and he's a pro, dude. I mean, that guy's an all-pro, man. Big
At
time.
the end of the day, though, Cowboys are 1-3, and... I mean,
and we're lucky we're 1-3 because of that long onside kick with Falcons.
Man. But anyway, we're 1-3. We're 1-3, and the good thing is our division is trash. We have the Washington football team who doesn't even have a damn mascot.
They haven't won, have they? Philadelphia's only won 1 game.
And then Philadelphia has a tie. I mean, we're the NFC East. Okay, I will admit it, football fans. The NFC East is a laughing stock of the NFL right now. You have a team that has a tie. Nobody has more than 2 wins, I believe. So, I mean, man.
Ozzy Zavala says it's not just the defensive play calling as well.
I mean, you can't, but you can't say too much about the play calling because they're putting up over 30 points a game. I mean, the play calling is there. I mean, they're making the plays. Dak's doing well. He's finding other receivers.
But that was always a problem, even with Tony Romo. Tony Romo could put up 60 points, and we'd still be biting our nails, dude, because the defense would just like let people run roughshod over us.
Yeah.
And, it seems like every time a team that is not supposed to win comes to play Dallas, they step up their game. And you know what? Their whole goal in life is, look, we can suck all season, but as long as we beat the Cowboys.
And that's exactly what I told Alyssa. I go, you know what? Every time a team plays the Cowboys, it's the Super Bowl for them. It's the Super Bowl every time you play the Cowboys. But somebody else made a good point. And they just said Garrett is the offensive coordinator for the Giants. So that's another storyline. Is next week Cowboys go play the Giants, and they'll be playing against their ex-head coach, the Clapper, Jason Garrett.
And he knows Dak, and he knows Elliott, and he knows all that team.
Yeah, and they win. Oh
Dadio put they just cut a veteran DB. I would like for them to go after Earl Thomas, who was released by the Ravens. The Texans were going to get him, but I like Earl Thomas. He went to the University of Texas. He was with Seattle when they had the Legion of Doom. He's a veteran guy, and I would love for Earl Thomas to come on over, Al. Come on over, Earl.
Yeah.
We need you. Sorry, it was Alden Smith and not Randy Gregory. Thank you, Jesse Vasquez.
Yeah, he's a young guy, right? He's a young...
No,
Alden Smith?
Earl Thomas is like an OG. Oh, yeah. Alden Smith, no, he was the guy that played for the 49ers, and he wasn't playing for like a couple years, and they got him off the street.
Órale.
So,
So then let's go to the Texans. Otra historia de puro llorar, carnal. I mean, they fired the coach yesterday,
gone,
right?
Man. Bill O'Brien, the head coach / general manager.
The Texans lost again?
They're 0-4.
0-4. So if you're a Texans fan and you're trying to come on our feed right now, you have nothing. You have nothing to say. You have nothing to say. But
that's what I said. I put on Facebook. Hey, Dallas Cowboys, don't feel too bad. You could have been a Texan fan, and I put 0-4, right? And then all the Texan fans, just by one game, just by one game. But I don't mean anything. It's just Mosca, So I know.
But this goes to everybody who was always saying that Jason Garrett sucks and Jason Garrett's terrible, and and then so we finally fire him. And then now everybody's still making fun of us. So now you guys have Jason Garrett, and you're 0-4. So you have nothing to say. So Jason Garrett was the problem.
Well, wait a second, man, because it's rare.
Sorry, I'm getting hyped up right now, Dad.
We're still with the Cowboys, right?
Let it go, Ron. Let it go.
Yeah, bien, painfully, I'm mighty. So the thing is I don't think it's ever been where a new coach takes over and then they excel. Yeah. It's usually when a new quarterback comes in that they kind of excel because the defensive people, they don't know the quarterback. He's new, like when Dak was there first. And then remember the great season we had with him?
Yeah.
We just didn't make it far enough. But when you have a new coach in there with new schemes, a new culture, it takes a little time to catch on. We might end up seeing the Cowboys just start rolling all of a sudden and not lose any games. You never know, but they definitely have to play harder on defense, bro.
I actually, through 4 games, I actually did have them 2-2 before the season started, and they're 1-3. I had them going 11-5, so they could still end up at 10-6. And make the playoffs. But we're getting sidetracked. We keep talking about the Cowboys. I'm sure you guys don't like it.
Let's talk about the poor Texans. Come on.
Let's talk about the trash Texans. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about the Texans. Again, fired their coach, Bill O'Brien. Fired their /GM, Bill O'Brien. Everybody was saying that they should have done it earlier because he let their top receiver go.
Yeah.
But anyway, Houston and Minnesota, they were both 0-3. So somebody was going to leave going 0-4, and who do you know it? It was the Texans.
Hombre.
So Watson did okay, the quarterback. He had 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. The running back, Johnson, runs for 63 yards. Fuller had a breakout game, 108 yards and a TD. For Minnesota, Kirk Cousins had 260 yards. Dalvin Cook tore it up if you had him in fantasy. 130 yards rushing with 2 touchdowns. Thielen had a great game with a touchdown as well. But, again, if you're a Texans fan, if there's Texans fans in the chat right now, are you happy that Bill O'Brien is gone? Or are you upset that the players and the talent that you have is not good enough? What is it right now for the Texans? What do you Texans fans need right now? Because, you have J.J. Watt, you have all these defensive guys, and even your defense isn't doing that great. You lost to an 0-3 team.
Yeah, what happens here?
The score was 28-31, I believe.
I'm going to tell you something. I think this is what's made the league kind of mediocre, and then it just kind of keeps 2-3 teams that are, like, consistently good. is the turnovers of players like Taco Carlton, right? He was with us when last year. How long was he
We
with us?
drafted him, like, and everybody was like, Taco. We
And now he's doing great with another team.
Yep. Yeah.
So we have them for like a year or two, and then they're gone, and then so it never really gives them time to. I mean, sure, we have Dak and we have
Zeke
Elliott,
and Cooper and CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb.
we have a really stacked. CeeDee Lamb is looking great.
Oh, heck
I mean, he's
yeah.
got a lot of promise, a lot of potential. But we go back to the defense, man. I mean, the defense is what's really hurting us right now.
And we keep going back to the Cowboys too.
Yeah.
Man, bro, it hurts, man. It hurts so much.
Cálmala,
man.
carnal, cálmala.
It
No,
hurts so much.
no quiero tener que ponerte a therapy o nada de eso, carnal. Cálmate.
And I know. Next week, though, the Texans host the Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars have always been a crappy team, but I mean, at this point, if you have the 0-4 Texans hosting the Jaguars, you never know. They still have the Minshew Mania. So will the Texans go 0-5? If you go 0-5, you have. I mean, the chances of making the playoffs are, slim to none.
Yeah.
So do you think the Texans?
It has to
make
be
the
something
playoffs this year?
miraculous.
Do you think? Do y'all think? And Dad, do you think that the Texans make the playoffs this year?
No.
Negative.
I don't
at
think
all.
so. Not with a new coach, like
Nobody.
an interim coach. But
Yeah.
you never know. Sometimes when that happens, everybody steps up because they chopped the head off, man. I mean, we got to really get everybody's job is on the line. It's embarrassing, maybe they decide to like really, really step up, but you never know.
It could work the opposite way too, right?
One of the teams that I thought just looked amazing was the Chiefs again. I mean, the Chiefs are looking good. Brady's looking doing good with his with the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers just had a sick game last night against. I mean, it was against the Falcons. The Falcons are always that team who always gives up leads, but Aaron Rodgers threw for like 4 touchdowns. I was playing against him in fantasy, and of course he went off. He had about 4 touchdowns. So right now on the NFC, you have the Seahawks on top. You have Green Bay on top. I think it's going to be Green Bay versus Seattle. If the Cowboys don't make it, of course. But those are the top teams right now. In basically those are the teams that the Cowboys are going to have to get through if they want to get serious.
Yeah. Well, the Chiefs and the Packers, I think, are 1 and 2 in the power rankings right now.
Oh man!
I mean, so they're.
I know you were talking about it earlier. I don't know exactly when that game is, but I mean, the Chiefs just last week they played the Ravens against Lamar Jackson MVP, and the Chiefs beat them. And then you have the Patriots after them. The Patriots. I mean, yes, you don't have Brady, but you still have Belichick. I mean, the Patriots are still. I mean, yes, you don't have Cam because he had COVID, but they're still.
And
the
they
Patriots.
competed with the backup quarterback.
Yeah, I mean,
they
still
were
the
competitive.
Patriots. Yeah, but still, I mean, if you're the Chiefs and you go beat the Ravens and then you go beat the Patriots, I mean, who else is going to stand in your way in the AFC?
I know. Well, the Bills are supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah, the Bills are there, but I mean, it's just, we could possibly be seeing the next dynasty in the NFL right now. You have the highest paid quarterback, the highest paid player in the league, Patrick Mahomes, over $500 million.
And then the coach is freaking amazing, Reed.
Good point, Andy Reid. So, I mean, do you guys think that the Chiefs are the next dynasty in the NFL? Can they win 3 Super Bowls within the next 5 years? They already won 1 last year.
Well, that's a strong possibility. And they have a very strong fan base, man. Very supportive. They've always had a very strong fan base through their bad times, good times, like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Arrowhead Stadium. I mean, it's
Arrowhead
a lot of tradition, a lot of culture. So yeah, man. And finally they get a good Texas boy quarterback, and he's just remarkable to watch. He's so exciting to watch, dude. He runs and he moves and he throws and he's just connects, and his arm is great. I mean,
he's like 23 years old.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, the NBA. I think Lakers are playing tonight.
Yes, man.
Someone was commenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. Believe me.
Lakers up by 3 with 3:39.
I got it right here. I got the live feed. So we're done with the NFL. We'll move on to the NBA part of the segment. Game 4 of the finals is going on right now. It's 90-88 with 3 minutes left. The Lakers are up by 2. They do have a 2-1 series lead. So if they win tonight, they'll go up 3-1. Game 5 will be on Friday. So we need to get this win. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a big LeBron fan.
Everybody was crapping on him because he walked off the court.
Come on.
Sore
guys.
loser, el vato.
No, it's
Andan
not.
perdiendo.
No, hombre. Look, you play in the because they're in Florida. They're in the bubble. It's not like they're going from their home court and then they're going to go to Miami and play there. Everybody's on the same court every single day, every single night.
But still, I mean, stick around with your team until the end of the game, dude. I mean, that's unsportsmanlike, bro.
Yeah, but you have another game.
That's childish, bro. That's childish.
You sound like every guy that texted me after that night. My phone was blowing up.
I mean, he should have stuck around, bro. He's the one that inspires the team. He's a team captain.
Okay.
Stick around, dude. I mean, does he want everybody else to follow him out?
Well, no. But if he's the leader on the team and you see him have such a strong reaction like that, if you're the other guys on the team, you're like, damn, we screwed up. You know?
Well, I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, the thing is, hey, look, we screwed up, but we're still gonna have your back.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have each other's back. It's a team effort.
Yeah, but at the same time, he knows what it is to be in final situations. So he knows that because the Heat have two players out right now. Their point guard, Dragic, and their center. They were out for 2 games. And he knows they had to take advantage and win game 3 so they could be up 3-0. Because if those guys come back and the Heat get momentum, instead of being up 3-0, you're up 2-1, and then you lose, you go 2-2. And then game 7 in any kind of sports is always, you never know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So he knows how important it was to put their foot on the Heat throat, and they didn't do that 2-1. So that's why he left. So he was telling everybody, hey, let's get our crap together because we can't underestimate these guys.
It's interesting.
That's the way I took it as. Call me biased. I don't care. That's what I took it as.
Well, the thing is they're not used to playing at this level at this time of year. I mean, this is something that's totally, and it's kind of like gets them off their game. Yeah. They're used to playing at this level in May, championship ball. Mm-hmm. This is October, dude. Yeah. This is when they're barely starting to warm up and barely starting. Right. Yeah. So, and I talked to the guy that was playing with the Bears from Rio Hondo. Robert Garza. Yeah. And he was telling me that his body sometimes starts feeling weird. And it's always at a time when it was the time to go to
training.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like preseason.
So the body is like, it's accustomed to a certain clock
schedule
and a certain schedule. And it's a shock to the body to be playing at this level and the mind as well at a time and moment of the year where they're not usually doing that. They're usually barely getting their feet wet, starting that, 85, 90 game schedule. And so that probably has a lot to do with the, kind of like the weirdness of the whole, the whole.
Very true.
And their play. Another thing as well is their ratings is probably, they're probably hearing about it. It's like 68% below average, and it was the lowest like in history. So nobody's tuning in to watch them on television. And that doesn't hurt the NBA. It hurts the networks. Yeah. Because they're the ones that have to justify the price of the commercial.
The people that do the commercials. Right?
Yeah. So,
but it also does hurt the NBA because if the NBA has an agreement with the television networks like ABC and TNT, who maybe they share a little bit of the revenue, then the NBA is getting hurt like that also. So I think you're right, and it might even affect the NBA a little bit too. So either way, everybody's
probably will in the next year because when is NBA going to start again for 2021?
No, they're thinking.
It should have been starting right now. Yeah. So it'll start in March. Next year, So now it's going to be till October again. So this has just screwed up the entire system. COVID has just screwed up the entire system and scheduling of NBA, and everybody was like, it was like a Lego, where all the pieces fit together. And I don't know what the networks are going to say about wanting to pay so much money to the NBA because they pay them millions, bro. In order to be able to show the games. So the networks pay the NBA, and then the NBA, they get their money, and then the networks have to sell the commercials in order to justify the pay and make their profit.
Very true.
So if they lose tremendously in this year, next year it's going to be another different story. So, who knows what the future of the NBA is,
So that'll wrap up our NBA talk real quick. Well, let's go to the major leagues real quick. Baseball, the Astros won yesterday. They're in the second round, so they're up 1-0. I want to say they won today, if I'm not mistaken. They won 5-2. So everybody was talking. Remember that whole scandal? Mm-hmm. Everybody's calling them chiriones because they were banging on the trash can and all this shit. So they didn't do very well this regular season, but now they're in the playoffs and they swept the team before this. They're up 2 games right now. So all you Astros fans, hey, props to you guys, man. We're still going to take you down. The Dodgers are still going to take you down, but if you're crying because you're a Texans fan and they suck, well, at least you have the Astros, you know. So they won 5-2. The Dodgers are losing right now 0-1 against the Padres. And an update in the Lakers game, we have 95-88 with a minute and 37 seconds left. Lakers are up. So
all right.
So that concludes the segments.
Now
we go over our. Oh, man, I don't even want to.
Don't even do it.
This.
Somebody said they lost money because of you.
Oh, dude.
Joey Garcia was like,
Joey
thanks.
Garcia?
Yeah, he was like, thanks, Ron, lost money.
Okay, I'll challenge you to a bet right now, Joey. The money that you lost, we'll bet it on something.
Puro uncut gems aquí.
Dude, you always lose, dude. I mean, you lost against Fish at 4th of July, remember?
I know.
Hey,
What's the guy's name from
that's
Uncut
why-
Gems? That's you.
But that's why I'm about the vicio shit, because
Oh
it's a
my
vicio,
God.
Dad. I can't get over it, Dad. It's a vicio of mine right here. So Joey Garcia, if you want to bet something, let me know. Oh my God, my fiance just
Rene Salado.
Rene Sal.
Rene Sal.
No, and she didn't put sal. She used the emoji of the little salt shaker.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Yikes.
Wow.
She's right, though.
Wow.
Ron
You know what?
Ching out.
The wedding's off. We're gonna go buy a house with Roxy instead. I'm gonna go buy a house with Roxy
Te
instead.
va a salir una casa bien salada.
No, but anyway, so let's just finish this up. Cap and Ron. It was my preseason, guys. All right, déjame. You know, it was my mulligan.
You have to redeem yourself, bro. Okay?
Yeah, so I'm gonna. I don't have picks today, but I will be coming out with some more picks soon. But anyway, we'll just recap the Heat and the Lakers game. Game 1, I had picked the Heat. They could lose by 4.5. They lost by chingos. The Lakers blew them out, so that was a miss. Dallas and Cleveland Browns. I picked Dallas minus 4.5. Now I will tell you guys this. That was more of a fanboy pick, you know, because I am a Cowboy fan.
Mm-hmm.
So Dallas minus 4.5. Obviously they lost, so we lost money there. Chicago and Indianapolis. And I remember this was I was like, oh yeah, you need to take Chicago, man. Chicago's the bet.
Yeah.
And guess what happened with Gilbert Segura's
I
Colts?
know, bro. He's like talking shit all over the place, bro.
Man, so the Colts won by more than 2.5. So that one lost. But all day, I was hanging on to the perro pick. You know what I mean? I was hanging on to the perro pick, which was Miami upsetting Seattle. If they didn't upset them, they had 6.5 points. And the line dropped to 4.5 before. So I'm like, the line's going my way.
So what happened?
So that means that more people were betting on Miami. And sure enough, they lost by 8.
Ding,
They scored a touchdown with like 1.5 minutes left in the game, you know, so.
All right.
Perfect.
So then you don't have any for today, but we can put them on our social media once you put them together.
Yes, do
Go
it.
to our social media and like the pages, all right? On Facebook, it's PVT, Professional Valley Talk, and on Instagram, it's hashtag PVT, all right? At hashtag.
Yes.
And you spelled hashtag.
Yes, and Tommy Diaz and Aurelio Perez, the Red River Shootout is on Saturdays. Texas Longhorns, Ellinger versus OU and the Sooners with their young quarterback, Spencer Rattle. And that's going to be a hell of a game, man. So, you know what? I'll cap that game. I'll cap the Sooners and the Longhorns game, and I'll have my pick, and it'll be on PVT social media with my pop. So just go like, subscribe the page. It'll be on there. If not, find him on Facebook and PVT, man. So that concludes our sports segment. Thank you guys for sticking around.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ron's Sports Report.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to remind everybody, Saturday we will be at the T Ranch Pumpkin Patch. Okay, so we'll give you more details on that. You can go to our social media. We'll be putting up pictures and stuff. We're very excited. This is the very first time we ever do something like this.
I'm excited.
They have asked hashtag PVT to go on location with them and stuff, so it's going to be awesome.
That's awesome, Dad.
All right. Don't forget our Patreon club. $25 pledge gets you a T-shirt, and if you do get in there, make sure to send us your address and your shirt size so we can, send you your stuff. Okay. Want to thank our sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. Want to thank our sponsors, Dr. T's Primary Care for Men, IV Vitamin Infusion Therapy, testosterone, COVID test, Sermorelin. And Thursday, it's for women. Call 956-441-2188. And also the law office of Rene Flores, DWI expert, hashtag DWI expert. All you got to do is search that on any social media platform and you will find him, all right? The law office of Rene Flores, hashtag DWI expert. 956-316-1991 is his number. So thank you to our sponsors, and we appreciate them. Like, subscribe, and share, and thank you for joining us. And we want to thank Yuvia Linda as well, Roxy, for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
It was really awesome having her on the show and talking about real estate and just, radio stuff and all that cool stuff and music. And very awesome.
Good
Make sure
time,
to check her out tomorrow morning on 107.9 RGV. They play some really cool jams, man. 80s, 90s, cool stuff. Y'all have a good one. Good night. God bless you.
Thank you
on
very
behalf
much.
of the Echavarria family. Hashtag PVT.
PVT.
Nos vemos el
Subscribe.
Thursday. Throwback
Subscribe.
Thursday. Yeah, subscribe. Throwback Thursday, all right?
Subscribe, comment, share. Hit the little bell, baby. Subscribe,
Bye.
subscribe.
Bye.
Click, click, click,
Good night,
click.
everyone.
H-Town, I'll see you this weekend. Boom.